All right, let's come up here. Good morning, everybody. Sorry, I've got to get used to I've changed my camera location. Hi. Hi, it's so nice to see you all today. I think we have a big delay going on with the actual stream. Let's see when I pop up there. Okay, can you hear me? It says my connection is unstable. Why is that? Dropped frames. Huh. I'm just going to check something out real quick. Oops, no, I can't go through all of that right now. Well, let's see if it picks up in a little bit. So do you all have sound? Can hear me? Good morning, Genoa, Acts of Truth, Legend of Cairo, first in the chat, Brawler. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. So, yeah, I don't know why it's saying that my connection is unstable today. I had to change all my camera settings and everything. So, let's see. Instantly went better. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. You just get you have sound, you have Toru Soma. Oh my goodness. All my grandkids are here. Cookies for everybody in chat. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be changing out the whole desk situation completely. Um so are Genwa, when you say same with the unstable, is that unstable when you're streaming or that's what it's showing on your end? Because I can adjust my settings. I bumped my oh my goodness, that's a big delay. That could be a Twitch thing. You know what? I'm gonna I'm gonna shut it off. It's showing me dropped frames at 4%. And I'm not savvy enough to know if that's something on my end. Oh, same. Oh, I see what you mean. Just me. Oh, God. Baby, I actually slept in till 7 o'clock, which I don't normally do. Um, aren't we all unstable? Oh, golly. Um, I can drop the bit rate. Let's see if I can do that on the fly. I don't know if I can. Okay. Well, so what I've done is I've moved the camera to get a little bit more of a three-quarter view when I'm playing the game. Um, but also because I'm going to change the setup, so I have my light off center as well for the moment too. So yes, we are all unstable today. We are free range horses. Okay, so y'all give me half a second because it also did not have my correct recording location. So why don't we do this? I'll be right back and don't go anywhere. Oh wait, now it says excellent. Okay. No, I think maybe dropping it to 3000 on the bit rate was the trick. So anyway, I'm not going to like anything about how any of this looks today. So why don't we um, get moving quickly? Yeah, it doesn't seem it's the frame rate drop is down. Okay. Okay. So what I'm hoping to do is to do most of my chat interactions looking over here and being able to talk to you over here. And then when we're playing the game, I can be over here like this. So let's kill that. And play that. And go up here to this. Good morning. Thank you for being here. So, Okay, we'll wait for that to do its thing. Nope, the mouse is too high again. There we go. We'll just pull it up here for a moment and then go to our actual load, which is here. Perfect. Boy, that's some, I don't like flashy lights. There's a thing now, that everybody's doing with Facebook where they're posting little flashy stickers in comments. And like when a GIF is flashing, yes, I do say it that way. And yes, I will stare jawed in the eyes and walk backwards into hell. With a GIF that moves, you can usually stop it. Um, I need to take care of something here. There's the lucky 38. I don't want flashy things on the screen for a moment. Hi. Okay, and then we can come back up. Do I need to do this? No. Okay. Yeah, see, chat is going to be so far behind me. Okay. All right, we're going to come back up here. Now that I know the game is going to do the thing the game is going to do, let me come up here and tell you guys what's going on. Okay, I'm bodily tired. I really, and I only worked 3 days this week. I hope, did you all have a happy Thanksgiving? Did everybody, well, I don't insist that you have a happy Thanksgiving. My insistence is that you take some time and be thankful on your Thanksgiving. And I hope that you all have lots of things to be thankful for and that you find the brain space and the peace space in yourselves to focus on those things. It's important to have gratitude. And even sometimes, if you're grateful for the simplest little things in the world, that cats exist and purrs happen. Um, I hate that with movie trailers lately. Yeah, they want it to seem more intense, but it's just painful. Yeah. Um, no turkey, but lots of. Yeah, I'm the same. I don't do turkey. I don't like turkey. It took me years to figure out the only thing I liked about that stupid turkey was the skin. I don't like the flavor of the meat. I'd rather have chicken all day, every day. So I do a little Cornish game hen. That's my thing. Because I will eat chicken all day, every day. Chicken and eggs. Um, I might have been some sort of stoat in a previous life. I don't know. So you made it through, family okay, but still recovering. It's intense for a lot of people anymore with family stuff, you know? Yeah, Brawler and I had a coworker recommend. I have little baby Yukon Gold potatoes, and I always keep. They sell duck fat now, so I always keep some duck fat around to make roasted duck fat potatoes. I love you, air fryer. Um, and was gonna make some duck fat potatoes, and then a coworker at my new job said, "Oh, you know what I love to do when I have a Cornish game hen? I stuff it with wild rice." I'm like, "Wild rice? Okay, that's it. I'm having wild rice with mushrooms then." And so I was making stock at the same time. I'm making stock again, y'all. I haven't made stock in a whole. I used to make stock every month from October to February. I would make stock every month. I did that for years before I moved into the RV. And then I just haven't done it as much. And now that I'm using my body more and I have not issues with my shoulders, but potential issues that I need to forestall because in my home care, I was doing lifting at the very beginning with an individual who had a slide board, and we had to do this motion to the side just constantly, and came really close to destroying my right shoulder. So I started going back to stock because when I would eat chicken stock. Um, that's, if you're getting pieces that have lots of cartilage and joints in them, so necks, and I'm even made a stock, I told you, with a stock with chicken feet, which actually looks like little toddler hands. It's terrifying. Um, I think I've said this before. I think that's why they thought witches were eating children. So, but you get all those good joints in there. And what I do now, I can't find the off pieces from a lot of, yeah, chicken feet. Man, that was the silkiest stock I ever made. It was, you could just watch, it didn't even have that much fat, but you could just watch the surface as I stirred it, just shimmering like satin. Look at you, brawler. Yeah, I use all them sub emotes. Welcome to my home. So anyway, yeah, I was making chicken stock on Thanksgiving Day, and I decided that if you don't know what it is to spatchcock a chicken, it's when you cut out the back and then lay it out flat, and that's maximum skin surface to, well, in the air fryer, skin surface to heat. So I snipped out the back and just threw it in that stock pot. I used wings this time, and I roast them before I throw them into the stock pot, so I get that good Maillard reaction on the skin, and it's not just flabby skin being rendered in the liquids. It's nice crispy skin that then you get more flavor out of things if you roast them before you throw them in your stock. Yeah, it is just the right amount of fat. I wish I could get them more often. When I first read about using them, everybody was like, you got to be careful. You got to watch out, that they're completely clean, because chickens walk around in chicken shit all day. And that's not good for you. And they have little nails, little claws. If you don't know that, man, an 8-foot chicken would you up. Like a 3-foot turkey will fuck you up. But you imagine those dinosaurs? Mm-mm. Even if it were just the birds we have today, upsized, they didn't even have to have all the shit those dinosaurs had. Anyway, um, they have folded nails. The nails on chickens. Yeah, turkeys are tall, y'all. Um, and so all the dirt that can collect in that space, they either have to take off the nails, which would be a pain in processing, or they have to hyper clean them. And the ones that I was able to get from a local person on the island they were pristine. I have to believe that they were, bleached and then cleaned again from there. They were gorgeous. And yeah, anything that has lots of little joints in it. So I buy the full chicken wing, with all three sections intact, um, and use those guys. So I made, goodness, must have been 5 or 6 quarts, and I just put that in. I strain all the solids out so that it's just clear broth. Oh, I could actually show you. I can actually show you the color of this stuff. It's amazing. Can you see that? Oh, the green screen's gonna. Oh, it doesn't like the green lid. Of course it doesn't. Of course it doesn't. But it didn't turn into jello, but yeah, what you see down there is just like the pepper and some of the other things that didn't strain out, because I only use a fine mesh strainer. I don't go with the whole, I can't deal with cheesecloth. Uh, so yeah, I will take, I have a giant mug, and I will just put that in there. I swear my relationship with consuming meat gets better every time you talk about cooking. Dude, if you are not a meat eater, I will highly recommend to you a cookbook that well, I guess it still has a lot of meat recipes, but I will recommend to you to find Indian cookbooks. And uh Indian food could turn me vegetarian in a heartbeat. It really could. And if you have philosophical reasons for not having a good relationship with consuming meat, then I 100% support that. I was some sort of mustelid in a previous life. I swear it was possibly an otter because I adore shellfish. Speaking of shellfish, sushi cat, and look at all of my beautiful babies here today. This is why I can't give up Sunday. So here's my plan. Here's my plan. My plan. Um, I'm gonna break it up because if I stream for too long on Sundays, there are things that I want to do, and I'm starting out tired. So like yesterday, long day. What I'm doing more work with my body. So that's why having the stock, homemade stock, is just top of my list because I'll just drink a big mug of that, and the pain in my shoulders disappears. And I'm not really having as big a problem as I thought I would loading luggage. In fact, it's crazy. The passengers are so much more concerned for me than I am. And I'm like, dude, seriously though, come on. I I have good core strength and I know how to lift ergonomically, and it's just all of that stuff. Axes, I think it was just my mother was really bad at cooking. If I hit, oh no, I'm the same way. If something is like their piece of gristle or something, it gets in my mouth and I have to spit it out, I cannot continue to consume. Anything that goes in needs to stay in and carry on. And if it's not a digestible thing, then it just I go blue screen. I also had to have things separate. It used to, oh God, we'll get back to the other thing in a minute. If you're here at this point in the show, this is what, oh God, this is what we always do. So just come back in 15 or 20 minutes. If you're here on YouTube, I always put the timestamp up in the up, not in the top, the upper part of the doobly doo. And you can go to that timestamp. So anyway, this is part of my mental health. We just carry on with this. There is a book out there, Axe, called Toast, that a friend sent me, Nigel Slater. It's an amazing book. It can be a little much, but I have such a problem. That's as far as I got. I have such a problem reading. Oh, and look what that bookmark is. Look at that beautiful bookmark. Who made that for me? Hmm? Toru-sama? Um, I struggle to read print anymore. And I blame a lot of that just straight up on the ADHD. Because when I consume material visually, I'm constantly pausing things. Like every few minutes, I can pause it, get up, and then come back, sit down, and reconsume. Or I pause it and I switch to something else for a minute because sometimes that's what I need. My brain just needs to go around like a little hummingbird. Um, so you might consider that it's fascinating. It's all about his relationship with food and how his mother was just bad. But she wanted to succeed as a homemaker, and she tried. And it's just delightful. His descriptions of things are fascinating. So anyway, I was struggling so hard with that I went and got it as a book an audio book from the library, because our library has a fabulous program called Hoopla, um, and Overdrive and all of those things. If you don't know that, if you haven't checked out your local library's online options, free streaming, or there's a certain number of borrows. And if you time it right, I've told people this before, if you find a series that you really like, start the series in the last week of the month so that your borrows reset. So use all your borrows on the last week of the month, and then when they reset on the first of the month, go back to the series, and that way you don't, like I watched The Librarians all the way through like that, and Sanctuary. Man, that was a lovely show. So Um, I was going to tell you about doing the stream on 2 days now. My mother cooks with hatred and stress. No love in that food. Oh, oh, to your mom. I'm so sorry, Axe's mom. Um, so I think what I'm gonna do, because there are things I want to get done, and now I have 3 days, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. I'm still considering taking an extra day. I don't know if I, this is 36 hours. And by the time I get to my fourth day, and this is a lot of in-person customer service, by the time I get to my fourth day, I just don't have it to give. I can tell that I'm not feeling bright, and hi everybody, and on behalf of company name, welcome. Thank you for choosing our service, and all of that stuff that I do supernaturally. Um Also supernaturally, because it is my superpower. I'm really leaning into this idea that when people talk about the energy they bring, I bring big mascot energy. That's what I bring. I'm the mascot. And I should have a theme song. Um, so I thought maybe I'll try, and I'm going to try it today and tomorrow, and I'm going to split the stream up. I'm putting it down. I don't think I put it on my schedule on Twitch because I just now decided this will be my experiment for through the end of the year. Will be to do 8:30 to 10:30 on Sunday and the same again on Monday. And it might be the same game, it might be two different games. I don't know. I just want to try starting my day with stream because this is actually really good for me to like, okay, get yourself together, get your coffee, wash up, put on a bra, and go interact with humans in a way that is fun, and that I can engage with you and find out what you're doing. So, if you guys did anything special, I have one of my friends just adores Thanksgiving so much. It is bras who needs them. Well, yeah, these two only go off leash when I'm not going to see anybody. Um, mm-mm. Besides, I like how they look when they're, I mean, a good bra. Yeah, like I got two things I'm going to be vain about: my hair and my tits. All my hair fell out, so these two need have they've got to carry the burden. But yeah, so we're going to split the stream up, make it a little bit shorter on Monday and Tuesday, and I think that will also make the VODs that I drop to YouTube a little bit more accessible. Um, and I don't know. We're just going to experiment until I get to next year and decide what I'm going to do with how many days I can handle to work. I love that. I know people who absolutely look fantastic without bras, or just are totally cool with how they look without a bra, and that's I'm I support you. Um that as soon as the girls began to develop, gravity took over. There was just nothing to support. They dropped as soon as they showed up. So it's not like this has been something that's happened with age. Um, in fact, I'm not even entirely sure it's gotten any worse with age. They look just the way they did. But I got to bring them. If I ever had plastic surgery, I would just be like, put these two back on my rib cage where they belong. Would you please? Look like I belong in National Geographic. That's hilarious. I love it. Um, it's just I'm gonna beat that drum forever. We did not decide that the fat bags on our chests. Oh, you had children. Yeah, I understand that. That takes a toll. That takes a toll. But we didn't decide that this was going to be the thing. And when you look at through history at representations of women, we just saw a statue from some of the earliest prehistoric time, and it was a reclining female presenting figure, um, who had very normal apple-sized fat bags on her chest, but everything from the waist down, girl was thick with three C's. Um, and that was a beauty standard in that time. And when you look at the paintings that Rodin did, paintings from early in the Renaissance and things like that, the focus on breast size happened in, I think, post World War II. The first breast augmentation was done, I think, in 1960, 1962. Um, I had a child and a double mastectomy, declined implants, so I am just a 2x4. Holy cow, a double mastectomy. My mother had a full mastectomy at one point, and it really messed with her identity because of the culture that she was raised in, and that breastage meant womanhood. Um, we're active duty. Oh man, my oldest sister used to talk about the challenges of breastfeeding. Um, yeah. How are you feeling? That, I mean, it was a long time ago. Yeah, and I think I've identified with that for so long because that was how people identified me. Oh yeah, the really tiny one with the big old um and I always was like, okay, that makes me attractive because mirrors exist. And I never saw myself, I was never reinforced externally as being attractive, even though now when I look back at pictures of me in my 20s and 30s, I'm like, you were fucking adorable. I mean, you were cute. I don't know why you didn't have more sex than you did. Okay, fine. Well, I didn't know about asexuality then, but I have the bra stuffers if I feel I need it. And that's, yeah, sushi. My fat bags never define me as a person. Um, Hachi, my lol. I'm more confident now, and I think confidence is the thing that makes people sexy. Confidence makes you sexier than any actual physical attribute you have. And when people talk about why do girls always go for the bad boys, and it's like, do you know how much confidence it takes for somebody to be a bad boy? To be countercultural when you're told certain things, and you know. So okay, all of that aside, we have been going for 30 minutes, and I do like to take the first half hour, check in with everybody. So, yeah, sushi, I say, that's different for every single person. I think it would change how I perceive myself significantly, but I also look now at people talking about gender affirming surgery and um like, okay, but are you going to do away with breast augmentation then? No more boob jobs, no more BBLs, no more penile implants. That's all gender affirming surgery. I mean, you can't just parse out the stuff you don't like. Sorry, I missed most of the conversation, pet drama. Oh, buddy. Are you baboos okay? Need a BAS. Yeah, Genoa. Brawler, I hated myself for so long. I recently learned that the better looking you are the approachable less seem approachable you seem to the gender you want to attract. Me. It was, well, and that was me knowing for the longest time that I was most comfortable and myself and content and at my best around gay men. And that's just not suitable for a cis het relationship. It's just sort of mismatched. So, I just assumed that I wasn't attractive to other people, and I was like, that's all right though, cause all that skin and hair and sweat and stuff is just, I mean, I like the whole sex part of it, but the rest of that, having to touch other humans who have hair and sweat and skin, it's just like, um, So yeah, that's why I'm just such an advocate for people being your own best lover. Be your own best lover first. This whole cultural mandate that everybody must partner up. You must partner up. You must find a partner. You must find a partner who embodies these traits. If you are these traits, you must find somebody. And it's like, just fucking stop it. Just stop it. Let people have romantic relationships that are platonic, and um you have to like other people's gross. Yeah, and bodies are gross, man. Um, so yeah, just the ability to realize, people wanted to say for so long, oh, she's gay, because I would just unashamedly crush on women I admired. Uh, Usually it's like somebody like Gloria Estefan or something like that, and it was just like, oh my gosh. But it was never, oh, I want to touch their body and interact with them in a sexual way. It was just like, okay, well, I mean, I talked to some gay friends when I was in college, and they were super turned on by women's bodies, and I was not super turned on by la boys. And, so anyway, that's why I want you to be your best lover, to be in love with yourself, to accept your body, and I mean, if unless, of course, you're dealing with issues where your body does not represent who you are inside, in which case, do what you got to do to take care of you. I was in love with Madonna and I still thought vaginas were gross. Yeah. I mean, women and men and those without and with both are hot. Hotness is where you find hotness. So, I had all of the cutouts from the magazines when the men's gymnastics. So after the 70s, when you started getting into the 80s Olympics, and Kurt Thomas and Bart Connor and all of those guys were like becoming celebrity. Uh, I had those men. I watched men's gymnastics devotedly. Those magazine pictures were cut out on the inside door of my locker in high school. Okay. Looks like our dropped frames have gone way down. So, um, yeah. So if you can be comfortable with you, and if you can be confident with your own sexuality, and then if you choose to have partnered intimacy with somebody, just realize you have to be as invested in their experience as you want them to be in yours. And if you're having partnered intimacy, there are two erections desiring resolution. Never forget that. We are just raised in a culture that is asymmetrically favoring a phallocentric fantasy, and that's just going to have to change. And I see the younger generations really just ignoring a lot of that. Just be like, yeah, but what if no? What if we just didn't? So, yeah, well, that's something that I think every gay couple who has partnered intimacy will tell you. There are two erections. They don't have to look different. They still might. Doesn't matter. Just understand. If you're going into an experience where um, you're spending time being intimate with somebody else. Oh, I'm so proud of the younger generation too. Yep. I'm like, I don't have nearly as much to tell you as I have to learn from you. So that's another reason that I'm here is I didn't have kids and grandkids, and I loved being around younger people. I did when I was teaching. Um, and this is another way to experience that. Although, there's a lot of folks, I don't know how old anybody in chat is except for people I know IRL. And I don't even know what we're supposed to do. Let's take a look. Um, But I do know there's a lot of Gen Xers and folks in their 40s and 50s who find my channel and find themselves comfortable here. Gen Xers, we're fear driven. Yeah, but we're the ones who would give the millennials and the Gen Ys like every resource we have in our power, including our votes, to carry on with this beautiful progressive mission they have. I gave up caring a long time ago. Good for you. I'm just learning. I'm just learning to give up caring and to embrace being somebody who scares people sometimes. Unapologetically authentic. Okay, so these are the quests. Render unto Caesar. We could go to Cottonwood. Talent pool. Oh, that's what we were gonna try to do today, because I think I know where these folks might be. You in what army? Fortification Hill. Tell Yes Man. Oh, go back and let people off the hook. Talk to Mr. House. I don't think we should do that yet. Oh, there's all of this stuff. We left Veronica outside because I realized at some point you can't really bring any weapons into the casinos, and there was no point trying to... I don't think your companions are allowed in either, especially unless you just take all the weapons off everybody. So last week we interacted with Benny. Thank you, Matthew Perry, for voicing his character. And no surprise why people... unless there's a quest weapon. Ooh, do I remember that? Oh, right. That's right. If you pick something up and hide it successfully. There's a lot of fun to be had here in the casinos. But anyway, we interacted with Benny, the man in the checkered coat, who shot us in the head, stole our platinum chip, and buried us in Good Springs. And we tried to go along with him and be like, okay, well, we'll help you in your thing. And he was like, okay, cool. And he walked out and he sent his goons in to kill us. So we went back and went to a previous save and went back and murdered the son of a bitch. So, brawler, unless it is a quest weapon. Yeah, sushi cannon. It is, and it's helped a fair bit with other aspects of life, having less of my own self-loathing baggage to focus on other things. Right? Just like, it's not that, for me anyway, it's not forgetting everything that came before this, but just processing things. Just getting processing done. Brawler asks if your companions can have weapons, and I don't think so. I don't think they are allowed in. I think they are forced to stay outside the casino. Brawler, I wish someone would have told me that. And that's, again, another part of why I'm here, because there are young people out there in those younger generations who aren't being told. It's okay. It's okay to accept your body for what it is, to recognize that your body is effectively the biomech pet of your electrified bacon, and a lot of everything else that you're told is just constructs to keep you in line. So, yeah, milk and cookies. Figured out late. It isn't a perfect art, true, but it is a work. Same. That's how I feel. I am constantly working on getting better at being authentically myself for who I am, feeding my appetites in healthy ways when I have appetites, and then not pressuring myself when I don't. If you're not hungry, don't eat. That was one of the freedoms I gave myself coming out of the military, was don't eat if you're not hungry, eat if you're hungry. Don't eat because it's noon. Eat because you have an appetite to eat something, and then eat something that is nourishing for your body. And I'm not saying I don't eat crap, because I will every now and then. It's just like, what? What's that? Gummy bears? Yeah, not that they're bad for you. I don't like getting into the whole categorization of good and bad. So I think today, why don't we do talent pool? Because I think I know where we can find some of these folks. And since we've been up for a half an hour, I'm going to take my bio break now, and then we can come back and reset um, for the gameplay part of the day. And I see my mic peaking, so y'all let me know if I'm getting too loud. And then we'll try out this whole new setup for the camera today. I think I like it a little bit better. And then we will run away and I will go take care of the stuff I need to do today. So please don't go anywhere. And do let me know as we carry on if you can't hear the characters in the game. So thank you for that, Brawler. I appreciate it. Sushi Cannon. Y'all, thank you for being here. Mwah. I love you so very much. And I am grateful for your company here because being here for stream is good for my mental health, having an obligation and not in a bad way, but having accountability to show up. That's very good for my mental health. And then playing games is really good for my cognitive health. Oh, Genoa, you are so right. We should do that. Okay, so we'll do talent pool right there. So that quest is locked in. And
hello.
Quick save right there. Somebody just said hello to me. Oh, you're in my face. Go away. Go away. All right. There we go. Got a quick save in there. Let's do a break so that I can take care of stuff and then we can come back and play for a while. All right. I love you. Don't go anywhere. BRB. Oh, thank you, Acts of Truth. Thank you, thank you. Okay, we're just gonna do a hard swap over to here. Hi, okay. And... oh, welcome back, everybody. We are here, we are here. Yep, I changed my camera stuff, so now my whole thing looks weird. That's alright, I'm not gonna go back and fix it. Oh, thank you for being here, everyone. Thank you for sticking in with me. Let me go to my world map. Yep, there's all my entertainers. Okay. Where's that? Novak? Is that the... oh, thank you! Oh, Gemma, I love you so much. Ah, I hope you are doing well. Everybody get your cookies. Get your popcorn. Throw yourselves into the pillow and blanket fort. And let's go do a quest. Okay. I wasn't sure I was going to have the energy for this, and then I show up. It's kind of like when you're like, I don't really want to take a shower. And then all of a sudden that water is so warm, and you're like, I never want to get out of the shower. Okay, can we fast travel from here? Poor Veronica. I really should go get her before I travel anywhere. That's not how you get out of that. Okay. Whoa! Did I hit Q? Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm wearing Benny's suit. All right. Veronica, I'm pretty sure, is this way. Hey, guys. What's up? Oh, wrong gate. It was this one. Oh yeah, because there's this guy. He's right here. We can get him on board right now. Who's that?
They really care about
That's just a
your
gambler.
privacy here at the Tops. Even room service has an enlisted number. What?
Hey, buddy.
You again? You should meet my bookie. You have something in common. Every time I talk to you, I lose caps.
This guy. I just have a couple of questions.
All right, then make it snappy, kid. This isn't exactly a lucrative career enterprise
It was
here.
me, Dio. Dio, is that a JoJo's reference? Okay. Tommy Tarini at the Tops is hiring entertainers. I could put in a word for you. Okay, well, we'll do the whole dialogue tree.
The name's Knight. Billy Knight. And this here's what a lifelong career in comedy will get you. Oi.
But we're standing on a street corner in the middle of nowhere.
That's exactly my point, kid. Exactly my point!
Tommy Tarini at the Tops is hiring entertainers. I could put in a word for you.
Yeah? Hey, you're all right.
Yeah.
Tell him I'll do it for 100 a night. No, 50. No, 20. 10. Just don't rob me. I'll do it.
Barter 25. Okay, don't sell yourself short. You're worth a lot more than that.
Whoa, geez, what was I thinking? You're right. I gotta go in there with a cool head. Tell them how much I'm really worth.
Yep, you should. Okay. So he has a business card now. Oh my goodness. This is the one thing that's going to affect my ability to play games. And that is I have ulnar neuropathy in both elbows, which means that when any swelling happens along in this area here, which just from general use of lifting and things, the ring finger and pinky all the way up my forearm starts to go numb. And there's no way to make it stop except to reduce the swelling in that area. What's with the face, bro? Oh, it's because I was looking at your nether regions. Okay. Hey, you're just a gambler. Oh, that's Gomorrah. Of course it is. Okay, we'll get the top talent, and then I don't know what I want to do with tomorrow. We might just carry on. Or I might pick another game, because I have some stuff. I have the original Deus Ex. I have some of the early Hitman games. I'm not sure, though.
Wow, Mr. House is looking for you, huh? What do you think he wants? Bowling partner?
He's hilarious. Oh, that was about Billy. Yeah. Let's get going.
Aw, just when the standing around was getting exciting.
Thanks, Felicia. All right. So I need to get some of my stuff back for a second.
You're making me carry the heavy stuff, aren't you?
Oh. I'll tell you what. I'm going to take all of these. Oh, wait. Weapons. I'll take that. And this. And I'm sure I have plenty of ammo. So 1, 2, 3. Nope, I have to reset my weapons. That's fine. There we go. Why do I have this? Oh, I must have pulled this off of somebody. Okay. Alright, now we can fast travel. Let's go to Novak first. Boop. Oh, it's nighttime. Nope, not that one. This one. Alright, now put it away. Alright, let's go talk to my buddy here. So, yeah, I could... Oh, hang on. I might have to take some, It just hurts. Just to get the swelling down. It used to happen to me so bad when I was, yeah, I don't like to, but I'm not gonna not take them when I need them, so. Naproxen doesn't do it for me. It also reminds me that I need to sit properly, hold my core together, and all of that good stuff. Oh. It's not a circulation thing, but it always feels like it. When I lived in England, what happened to me, this is crazy. My job was really stressful, and I was stress sleeping. And so I would have my arms curled up and clenched so tight while I was sleeping that, just Advil, ibuprofen, that I would have the neuropathy in both arms every morning. And then if it happened in these fingers, it's coming from the C-spine up in here. That the doctor I saw for it had me in carpal tunnel braces to keep me from clenching my wrists, and in elbow braces. So when I would sleep, I would have to be out like this. So I would have to sleep on my back, which was unpleasant. Or if I slept on my side, it was just ridiculous. It was, I think that actually wrecked my sleep just as much. So now that I know how to deal with it, I can. All right, where's my buddy? That's not, I don't want to talk to Manny. Nope, it's not that one. Is he upstairs? No, that's Boone. Or Boone. Is that the one? Oh, that's the old lady. Hey, Veronica. Hey, there he is. Hey, hey. Bruce, that's his name.
Oh, it's you again. What is it?
Come on, Bruce. If you're looking for work as a singer, Tommy Torini at the Tops is hiring.
Really? The Tops, huh? Well, it's no shark club, but I hear security on the strip is real tight. Even Mr. Bishop wouldn't hit a joint like that. I'll check it out. Thanks.
Right. I'll put some ice on it later. It doesn't usually last this long. Usually after I get up and get moving, it settles down. Okay, goodbye.
Yeah. See you later.
Okay, I have 2 more entertainers to find, and I've already met, I know I've already met like one of them. Thankfully it does not affect my mouse fingers. All right. I think that's a little too slow on the mouse. There we go. That's better. Okay. Hey, it's my room. Did I leave anything here? Is there a dress in here? Ooh. I did leave some stuff in here. Yeah, I'm gonna take a motorcycle helmet for sure. Sure I will. That's pretty good. Alright, so what am I wearing now again? I'm wearing Benny's stuff. Benny's suit. With a motorcycle helmet. I gotta see this. I bet this is awesome. I bet I look like I'm about to have my lunch money removed from me. Oh yeah, I do. Filling out that blazer pretty nice still. I know I shouldn't focus on it. It's me. Somebody, I had a passenger yesterday who said to me, he was from Marin County. I get to meet people from everywhere. This is the other nice thing about driving an airport limo, is just you never know who you're going to run into. And you don't know. You can't tell half the time what a person's situation in life is. Okay, there's one I haven't met. So I have 2 more to get. Do I know that one? Let's go meet this person. I think this is the guitar person. El Dorado, Dry Lake, Boulder City. I'm liked there. We might have some combat to do if I go here. Well, we'll fast travel to here and save... Or no, we'll save the game right now. Oh, I can't save while I'm in that. Let's do this. Save the game. Hot lunch money. Right. My God. I remember. Let me tell you something. In the U.S., you want to see where money laundering is happening? School lunch contracts, man. School lunch contracts. Columbo. He was right. He was always right. Follow the money. Why are their children in debt? Like credit card level debt over school lunches. There's only one reason to put people in debt. Because somebody's making money from it. Oh, America, you were a fun experiment while you lasted. El Dorado Gas and Service. We are going to get beat. I am about to get my ass handed to me by Caesar's Legion because they always show up here. Veronica, move. Move. Okay, stay on the road. Maybe they will ignore you. Okay, where's the marker? I think he's like behind. Am I going north? Yes. No. Oh, that's VATS. I forgot my buttons. Put that away. Map. Okay, just up the road a little and to the right. Yes! Okay, I do remember. It was right at a billboard. Anyway, I had a really nice time talking to the gentleman yesterday because it's interesting to find other people who are not left, right, conservative, progressive, motivated as much as they are philosophically motivated. Where is he? Oh, he's sleeping. What time is it? It is 0000. We'll wait for him to wake up. I need a moment of rest, don't I? Freaking Karzar's Legion is going to show up. I-95. Is that where I am? I'm on the I-95? No, I'm not.
Please save the game.
You're so smart. I got to remember how to get out of these things. Okay, quick save. Smack to pack. And I will get an emote at some point. Thank you, Genoa. There we go. We'll just hang out a couple hours. Unless something goes horribly wrong.
Do it.
Oh yeah, he's a musician who lives out in the wasteland. Not waking up with the sun. Hey, Lonesome Drifter. I don't know that we spoke to this individual yet. In this playthrough.
Howdy,
Hi.
little lady.
I'm a little messed up. We must have already... Yeah, we already spoke to him. Tommy Tarini at the Tops is looking for musical acts. If you're interested, you and your mustache, which is a separate entity.
Maybe it's time to give these tired old bones a rest. All right, show me what you've got.
I need 50 barter. I could get caps for this? I'm feeling a little greed. Let me see where my barter is. On second thought, I don't think you're the right fit.
No apologies.
Okay, goodbye.
So long, friend.
Let's see where my barter is. I might make some caps out of this. Oh, my barter sucks. Never mind. We're just gonna... don't go back to bed yet. Hang on. Wait. How do I crouch again? There it is. I can pickpocket. I thought that was like a legendary gun. Alright. We'll wake him up. Wake up again! Why is the coffee gone?
Howdy, little lady.
Hey. Tommy Tarini's looking for...
Maybe it's
Here, take his card, tell him I
much
sent you.
obliged to you, friend.
No, we didn't put a lot into barter and all of that stuff here. Okay. And I have one more person to find. Okay, we're going to save again after that. I'll get some emotes and stuff. Next year is going to be... I feel like... Well, something dramatic will pop up and all my plans will be thrown asunder. But I just feel like I finally own the RV. Thank you to everybody here who participated in that last year, the fundraising to help me get that last payment so that I could see the Kaiser won't bother me in here. Just get that last payment done last July, and then I was unable... Oh. Don't kill him. The King's gang member saved us. He's coming to give me
Hey,
things.
you're the one who's been going around helping people around here, right? The king says to keep up the good work, and said to give you this.
Okay. Oh, I hate having chat so far behind. Maybe it'll start picking up. Sorry guys if I'm not responding to chat. The messages are coming up and we have enough of a delay that I can't tell where that came from. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, we're gonna keep going. We can't keep going that way. Map! Capri side, man. Okay, turn right, turn left. Right?
I'm in danger.
I love you so much, Genma. It's not how you get out of that. Turn right, then left. I've never really done very much with the outfits. And changing into, like, different faction gear and things like that. I know there's a bunch of stuff you can do. It's not the kid. I think we have to go through here, right? It can be found at Mick and Ralph's. Aw, you're so cute. I don't like children. What? Yeah, okay, so we're gonna go through there. Hopefully that will lead us... And this is not gonna be one of those, I go through here and then it tells me to turn back around and go back. That drives me crazy with this navigation. Only 7 seconds for you? Thank you, Jen. So it is getting better. Oh, is it somebody in the Kings? Somebody... What the... Somebody off to my right. Somebody northwest of me.
Make a brief stop at the
Here.
Atomic Wrangler, where the booze is
Oh,
cheaper, the
yeah, that's
tables
right.
more
It's the
friendly,
guy. There's
and the
a
women are just like the
ghoul
booze.
in here, right? Oh, now I
Come to
remember.
the Silver Rush for all.
Yes, I remember it well. Okay. Yeah, this guy. What's up, bro? Hadrian.
Well, if it isn't my #1 fan, what can I do for you, #1 fan?
Hey, Tommy Turini is hiring new acts at the Tops. I think you could make good money.
Too bad I got this ironclad contract with the Garretts. They'll never let me out of it.
I could talk to Garrett and try to convince him to let you go.
Huh. Good luck. Garrett's a tough, mean son of a bitch. He's not likely to give up. Let me know if you make any headway.
Okay. We got speech up. He kind of sounds like Krusty. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, and that's such a type, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah, go on. Scram.
I wonder if it is the same VO. Okay, where is Garrett? What's up, Sheriff?
Please.
Is that the sheriff or the sex bot? It might be Fisto.
Good day.
Oh, golly. Who said that? Don't do that.
What's your problem, lady?
I wonder if there's a dress in here somewhere for my delightful Veronica. I need to get her a dress. I'm going to do something to make this poor girl happy. She's done so much for me. She has saved my life multiple times. Nope. You know, I was not looking for magazines, which I probably should do. Oh no, I'm getting some screen tearing. I don't like that at all. What is up with the broadcast today? Oh, yeah. That's fine. Oh, wow. Hang on a sec. Let me take a look at... It's not dropping frames. Oh, thanks, Genoa. Let me go back to settings real quick. No, I have it on 30 FPS. At one point I changed it back up to 60. So I think this is probably just the game. All right, we need to go find James. I don't want to pick the lock. I'm definitely going to get in trouble for picking the lock. James? He's not dead in the toilet.
Yep.
Maybe if I turn the mouse down a little bit. Where's your brother, Francine? Oops, I'm not supposed to be in here.
Good day.
Move along, please.
Hi, Francine.
So, Benny's dead, huh?
Yep,
That
shot him.
shifty son of a bitch had
A
it coming.
lot.
Yep.
She can't help me at all. Okay. Where the hell is James? He's gonna be up in that room.
People are talking, buddy. You've made quite an impression on the street.
I don't doubt it. Okay. Did we look in here? They sure do have a lot of bathtubs in this place. It's nice to know that they're keeping, keeping things clean for the workers and the clients. That's just always nice to know. Where is James Garrett? He usually shows up around here somewhere. But I'm sure now that I need him, he's just gonna be... quick save. It did save, right?
You better get out of here if you know what's good for you. You better get out of here.
Why? Why though? James? There he is. Hey James, I need to talk to you.
Good to see you're still around.
Keep the sexy bits clean, right? It's not the same guy?
People say you've been helping out around town. Much appreciated, friend.
Hi Liam.
Hey! You like that? You like
That was mad.
No! Had enough? Whoa!
Nope. What the hell? So, don't break in. You have to wait for him. Alright, we'll wait. It looked like he was getting up anyway. What time of day is it? Maybe he just gets up late. There he is. I think the door triggered. Again, we're talking about games that are older. Hey, James.
I hear Benny got force-fed a little slice of heaven. Man, what I would have paid to see that loathsome little weasel eat it.
Oh, he ate it. I'd like to get Hadrian out of his contract.
Now, why would I want to do that? His performances make me quite a lot of money.
Yes, speech 50. He's not the right fit for this place. It's true, there's nobody down there. You'll find better performers.
I suppose you've got a point.
I do.
Plenty of Brahmin on the prairie and all that. Fine, I'll cut him loose. He's all yours.
Alright, I did not level up, though. Alright, fine.
Yep.
Alright, let's go talk to Hadrian. Hey, guess what? Guess what?
Any luck with Garrett yet?
Uh-huh. Garrett's agreed to let you out of your contract. You can go to work at the Tops.
Really? You mean I'm finally out of this shithole? That's great. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Completed. One remaining. What? No, completed one remaining. Talk to Tommy Torino. So there we go. Quests. I have to turn up the heat. I think that's also affecting things. Talk to Tommy Torini. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I guess some people do it after each one. There are apparently some folks who go and rush Vegas and like head over there as quickly as possible. Sorry, strange noises from outside. All right, while I have this up, I'm just going to pop over here for a second and do this. I'm not taking a full break. I'm just going to top off my water because I drank a bunch. Because you get a reward per entertainer. Oh, Brawler knows all the deets. Hello, I'm back. Now I know what that weird sound was. My neighbor was scraping ice off their windshield. It is cold enough, and I'm not happy. I don't remember it being this cold. I just don't. And I probably have said this every November. It's like, really freezing already? Because I heard their car start, and then I heard this really weird noise. I'm like, God, I hope that's not their engine. But, okay, let's go back to the game. And... okay, Veronica? Oh, a little bit of screen tear.
Hello there.
Hello there. I mean, now that I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3, it is really challenging for me to go back to games with more archaic voice acting.
Thirsty? Horny? The Atomic Wrangler has you covered.
Plasma, pistols, grenades.
Can I fast travel at this point? Do I need to fast travel? I'll just head through the door on the left and go to the strip, I guess.
We've got it all at the Silver Rush.
I just am gonna keep hitting escape to get out of the Pip-Boy, and it's not gonna work every time. Making butternut squash soup. You know, it's colder than a witch's tit in a brass brazier.
All your shopping needs.
Which is funny because brass brazier, I think, was the original. Don't you dare tell me to turn all the way around. No. We need to head southwest. It's not how you get out of the Pip-Boy. Southwest. So go this way. That's right. I came around the corner. I came around the corner. Also, to that gal's question, yes, yes, and yes. Okay, back to the strip. I need to get rid of the weapons. This is not the way to the strip. No. Uh-uh. No. God, I hate this. Fucking Freeside, man. Okay, I need to go straight through there. Boop! Bonk. Sideways. Can't go that way? Oh, I'm going completely the wrong fucking direction. Come here. Just fast travel to the North Gate. So, Brawler, let me tell you. My sister-in-law is a professional chef.
Move along.
I'm moving along. And when I was back on the East Coast for several months... Okay, Veronica, I'm going to leave you in here, baby. Hey. I need you to take my...
You're making me carry the heavy stuff, aren't you?
Shut... I should just let her go. Oh, I have Maria? So, anyway, she's a well, she did sell the business, so it's not her business anymore, but she had a professional chef service. I want more men doing that. Like, I need more men in fewer clothes doing that for me. And now you stay here. Forgot to tell her to stay. Hey, Veronica.
That chip of yours? I wouldn't wager it on blackjack.
I would not either.
Unless the dealer has a 5 or 6 showing.
She made a,
should have brought something to read.
A chili that was a butternut squash and beef chili. Save the game? I will. And it had chunks of butternut squash in it. And I was like, that's amazing, because I don't really eat a lot of vegetables, right? I don't think about vegetables. And then I thought, well, I can get canned butternut squash soup. And granted, a lot of times it already has the seasonings in it. It's already going to have some cinnamon, some cloves, some sweetness to it. But what a great balance against like a spicy... So the first time I did this, I made ground beef with some chili type seasoning and just put that in the butternut squash soup. Lovely. The second time I went, you know what would be even better? Chorizo. So I took some ground chorizo and cooked that up and mixed it into the butternut squash soup. And that extra kick, that difference between just chili flavored beef versus chorizo in that butternut squash soup. I don't know if that's everybody's thing. It may not be, but I'm going to tell you, if you're making enough butternut squash soup that you're going to have leftovers, please allow me to give you this moment. Where's the tops again? Is that it? That's it, right there. Like mine's savory, but sweet butternut squash is yum. Right? And that's the thing. I like everything savory. I'm not going to sweeten something. I don't have anything on me, right? No, just the Pip-Boy. No weapons showing. Okay. The most sweet I want in something is just like a little bit of honey. Chorizo and I are friends. I have to be sparing.
Hey, baby doll. Welcome to the Tops Hotel and Casino.
I'm not carrying any.
Smooth and easy. Oh, and a friendly word of advice. If you happen to stumble across, now that we got that little business.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good time, baby.
I'm not going to hate that you call me baby.
Hello.
Look, these are our entertainers going to meet Tommy. I got here before them because I can fast travel. Look at this place. Fabulous. Look at all my people. Where's Tommy? Is this Tommy? No. Where's Tommy? That's Bruce. That's a dancer. So at one point in my life, I thought several times about joining the convent because I was raised Catholic. And I remember this play called Sister Mary Ignatius Explains It All to You. Well before Nonsense came out. And it can be very, very
I hope
dark.
Swank's
Ew on the
smarter
baby
than
comment.
Benny.
Yeah, well, all of that, like daddy stuff and all of that is really.
Hey, how's it hanging?
I'm not
How's
game
it hanging?
for it, and I think anybody who's been a victim of incest would
Well,
be
if it isn't my
not
number
for
one
it.
fan, what can I do for you? Number one fan.
How's it going? Okay, never mind.
Yeah, go on. Scram.
Oh, so yeah, all of that kind of familial play. There's Tommy. There he is. Hey, Tommy. Oh.
I got to hand it to you, baby. You did an 18-carat job on this one.
No,
My
not
schedule's so
this.
full I couldn't put on new acts if I wanted to.
Let's talk about the acts I recruited. Okay.
Cowboy act. Yeah. He dropped on in here not too long before you. He's got chops, baby, real chops. And I ain't
He's got a
just talking
mustache.
about
Chops
that
are down the
mustache.
side.
And like we agreed, here's your fee. 3% of the cut comes to 100 caps. Don't spend them all in one place.
I probably
now,
get a better cut if I
unless
do
it's
them one
right
at a
here.
time, Brawler. Is that right?
You talking about Mr. Isaac? Damn, baby, when you bring them in, you bring them in.
Mm-hmm.
That cat's gonna bring me money like you wouldn't believe. Here's your 3%, baby. You enjoy that.
Oh, barter. Well, it's not showing me a... So it would be barter when I talked to the folks. It's not giving me a barter option here. Oh, I would have to have the barter up. Baby, I only have 25 barter. I don't think I have anything I could do with that. I don't think I have enough clothes to make that happen.
That comedian, you mean? Yeah, he was a hell of a haggler.
I think
Cost
I'm
me
just
a
going to
pretty
take what I
Hope
got
he's
here.
worth it. Here's your
'Cause I
3%.
don't- I'm not gonna, Oh, by the way, I was about to say save scum. I have a bunch of magazines.
That ugly mug with the razor tongue? Dig it, baby.
We
He'll
can
be
take a
one
look at
hell of a
numbers
novelty act,
real quick.
Just like Tommy
Anyway, I was
promised.
going to
Here's your
say
3%.
save scum, but I've been watching Jay Britton's Baldur's Gate 3. If you guys don't know, if you don't know, then you haven't been here before. If you're new here, please know I love Baldur's Gate 3. I love Larian Studios. All of the voice actors have been doing playthroughs of the game because a bunch of them just never even played. Devorah Wild is my fucking favorite. It's somewhere between her and Amelia Tyler and Jay Britton doing their co-op playthrough of Dark Urge. But Devorah Wild, I think she said pretty much like she had never really ever played a video game. I mean, she got her degree in fashion journalism and was in that industry, and then decided it wasn't for her and moved toward acting and got this VO job. But this is kind of like finding out that certain actors who were on Star Trek Next Generation had never watched the original series, had no awareness of the Star Trek universe. But anyway, so she just did something so radical that I've not seen anybody else do. And it's just, she made a choice against the Grove in her interactions with Minthara. And she's like, they were shitty to me. I don't really like them. And it's just like, I love this energy. I love this. Like, just, I'm going to do what I want. And we're going with it. It's just beautiful. But Jay Britton is playing the co-op with Amelia Tyler. He's also a voice actor, but he has his own playthrough. And he is, if you have not seen Jay Britton, go to his YouTube channel right now and subscribe. He is delightful. The way he runs his show is inspiring. I love his energy. I'm shocked he doesn't have as many views on things as he should. So spread the word. Jay Britton, JayBritton. He is an inspirational streamer to me. And like, I wish I were more like him. And I would like to be. So.
You know it, baby.
Goodbye.
Take it easy, baby.
Yay, my helpful nature. So let's go back to my saves. New Vegas Strip. All right. Talk to Tommy Tarini at the Tops. And let's get inside and get rid of this dialogue. I might have
Hey,
clothes.
Hey, baby doll. Welcome to the Tops Hotel and Casino.
Yep.
Oh, and now.
Thank you.
Have a good time, baby.
Yeah. All right, so open this and then quick save.
I dig this crazy slang.
You dig it? I can dig it, he can dig it, she can dig it, we can dig it. Can you dig it? Can you dig it, baby? All right, so my barter is 25, and it's getting a perk from my outfit, which is plus 5. So my barter is 25 only because I'm wearing that outfit. Yes. Do I have any other outfits? I don't think anything else here is going to give me better. That's speech 10. So I can get my speech up. It just wasn't giving me options with Tommy to use these. Jesus Christ, I have 4,000 caps. It's not like I need the caps. No, I don't have any trader outfits. Not on me. But is a trader outfit really going to get me better than Benny? Where's my salesman? That's speech. A barter plus 10. So I have 25 now. I could get up to 35. You think 35 will be sufficient? I could look it up. I don't think I think it would have to be 50. We'll try it. Okay.
How's it hanging?
Hey, Tommy.
I got to hand it to you, baby. You did an 18-carat job
XP.
on this one.
Let's talk about the acts.
And like
3%, 100 bottle caps. That's the same.
you talking about me?
This should be 150. Yeah, it's coming out the same. You usually negotiate each of the talent. Well, let's go back to the save and I just won't spend the magazine. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's something I had to do at the beginning.
I got to hand it to you, baby.
Yeah. I'm not worried about it.
Cowboy.
Again, I have almost 5,000 caps right now, so I can go buy a bunch of stuff. My problem is I don't know what to buy.
That ugly mug with the razor tongue?
Okay. Let's do it. All right. Thank you.
Take it easy, baby.
Right? I mean, let's look, though, because... All right, I'm just shy of 5,000. Just shy of 5,000. No, you've played this game a bunch more times than I have, my baby. Right, the brain can only hold so much gaming knowledge. Go buy guns. I know my guns are really... My guns... Yes? Okay. Okay, then. Okay, then. I'm a GTFO now. Okay. We'll come out here, and then we'll decide what to do. We'll save the game. We'll save the game. My brain can only hold so much. Dude, I'm telling you, I start around 9 o'clock, if not earlier, every morning. Work morning. And then I'm on the road, drive down the island, cross over the ferry, take people to the airport, drop them off, take a half-hour break, do all the cleanup on the bus before I pick up new people, and then head back to the airport, pick up new people, and then do the whole trip in reverse. And then I usually am pulling back up into the shop. This poor gentleman, I don't want to watch what's about to happen to him. I'm going to take a peek at the quests. I kind of almost want to go to Gomorrah for a minute, because I think there is a fun little thing I can do in there. The Rad Pack.
Who would have
Billy
thought
Knight.
a place
Oh, look!
like this would exist?
The Lonesome Drifter. These are my new acts. Hadrian the Ghoul. Singing sensation. Bruce Isaacs.
Hey.
What? Leave me alone. I'm admiring my work. They changed it already, y'all. That makes me so happy. So I get back up to the top of the island around 6. Oh, this poor guy again. He's just respawning. And so is the stuff in his gut. Also respawning. Gomorrah is fun. Let's go to the sex club. Let's take Grandma to the sex... Let's put on the right outfit for the sex club. Thank you. With the motorcycle helmet? I think with the sheriff's hat. I like it with the sheriff's hat. Yeah. Yep. I got a ton of silks when I was in South Korea. That's some of my happy stuff. Silks are great because they can be warm and cool. So. No, Grandma, no. Chanhua, I love that. I won that emote. That's my goal. Like, I'm so happy to be working with my body again. Hey. Caleb McCaffrey? I'm supposed to kill you. What? I have a thing to kill you. Don't I? Yep. Quick save. Grandmas can be hot. Anybody can be hot who wants to be hot. Like I say, when I was talking to this gentleman yesterday, he's probably about 15 to 20 years older than I am, but he saw his friends die in Vietnam. He saw the sexual revolution. He saw the women's liberation, the civil rights movement. And then I was talking to him about, we both watched, because I saw all of that in the 70s, being a Gen Xer, and then we all watched it just disappear. Like nobody talked about it.
Don't walk away. Let me show you the time of your life.
You
know you want a piece of this. Give me some sugar.
Can I talk to her?
Check my moves, honey.
Okay. I can't see your pelvic floor from here. Okay. Yeah, Brawler. That was both of us. We both agreed on that.
So the Garretts sent you to track me down. What a joke.
I don't give any shits about the Garrett twins. Give me a share of the caps and your hat and you can go free.
Now why the hell should I do that? You're below me, kid. I've been killing scum twice your size since before your mother squeezed you out.
Oh, sorry, y'all didn't need sound effects, did you? All I need is your hat, and you're a free man. I'll tell Francine you're dead. This isn't the Garrett twins. They're not Garrett twins, are they, in Freeside? This is Francine at the Crimson Caravan. Well, I got the speech for it.
Well, that sounds like a bit of a bargain. I get to walk free with the Garretts thinking I'm dead. Sure, you can have my hat. I can always buy another with the caps I've got left.
My Sherpa.
Would have been more fun fighting it out, though. See you later, kid.
No, I'm not gonna fight it out. He has a cool gun, but, I'm gonna go get those caps from Francine. Quick save that. That poor male pattern ball. Dude, I'm about getting that. Both of my brothers had the, like, straight up the sides, and my hair has been falling out all month. I'm like, I can see my little pink scalp. I am not ready to look 80. I was not entirely ready to look 50. But I thought I was rocking it pretty well last year, and now I am I'm just struggling a little bit. Oh, we can't pickpocket the gun. Oh. I don't think I can get away with it because everybody's watching me. Hey, Veronica, you hang out right here, okay? Okay, I'll be right back. I just gotta run an errand. Oh my god, I have to walk. Okay. No, I don't want to set my marker. It's so thin. I blame stress and mental stress. Absolutely. I'd like to introduce him to Jesus. You know, eventually I will stop hitting escape to get out of that. I think I need to change my outfit real quick. Let's go to Benny's Suits, just so I have the barter and speech up when I talk to Francine. Like to roll for deception? Wait a minute, is it these Garretts? I'm lost. I'm always lost. Come on, y'all. This is me. They're right there. I thought it was the Crimson Caravan Company. Am I on the wrong quest? No. Oh, Francine at the Atomic Wrangler. That's where it is. Those Garretts. I kept thinking about them other twins. Oh, if it's illegal, you can find it at Mick and Ralph's. Who are those other twins in the... with all the guns? They do a lot of twin stuff in this. Hey, Francine.
That prick Benny had it coming.
I hear you've been making a name for yourself on the strip.
Yep.
Don't forget about the Wrangler if you make it big.
Why? Do I owe you? I took care of McCaffrey.
Yes! Where's his hat?
Right here.
This is great news. No one screws with the Garrett twins and gets away with it.
Yeah, they do, though.
I need to find a place on the wall for this. And for your reward, here's 150 caps. I trust there were also some valuables on McCaffrey. Also, we would like to set you up with a room.
I'll take all of that.
You can have the corner room, rent-free. It was McCaffrey's. Now that he's dead, we're happy to let you use it. Thanks for helping us.
150 bottle caps. Alright, we got a good reputation in Freeside and the corner room. It's gonna be right here. You gotta quit whispering in my ear, little cowboy ghoul. Okay, it's my room. Did you leave me any magazines? Ashtray. There's another cultural icon. Ashtrays everywhere, right? Ashtrays everywhere. I remember when people were able to smoke at their desks in big office buildings. Smoke in theaters. I remember when they stopped being allowed to smoke in theaters. Been taking supplements because my body decided to turn me into a swamp witch without my consent. So naturally, started taking supplements. My hair is back with a few spots I'm working on. I am not a fan of the supplement universe. If it were more regulated and required to meet standards,
People are talking, buddy.
I would be a little cooler with it. But I feel like that's another product of the Reagan universe, was the weight loss industry, the whole self-help industry, the rise of everybody needs to take daily multivitamins. I know people who take 7, 8, 10 pills. Sushi Canada, I don't really eat well enough to not. And that's the trick, is if you don't have a balanced diet, or you're unable to effectively maintain one because of food issues, allergies, and other things like that, there are definitely beneficial ways to supplement your diet. But
Come to the Silver Rush for all.
I was looking up effective ways of increasing keratin production, and all my favorites are on the list, right? It's like eggs, salmon. And it's another reason why I'm making the stock again. It bears mentioning that I got some blood test to check deficiencies. Good for you. Yeah, don't go on public swaying opinion. Low on iron. If you're still menstruating, that's always going to be an issue. Potassium and vitamin D and K. Yeah. Iron, calcium, vitamin D, B12. Yep. And that's another reason I have a difficult time eating enough vegetables, and that's where a whole metric fuck ton of nutrients live. So I started doing green salads as freaking awesome as possible. You get that prescribed. That's cool. Because I would hope if something were a prescription grade supplement, that's going to fall under FDA scrutiny. As if that's a paragon of authenticity. I can still go back and kill him. I mean, TBF, I can still go back and kill the man.
Hello?
Well, aren't you just special? Everybody likes the new guy but me. I'm chopped liver.
Oh, I don't like it when any man who starts out a conversation with that self-deprecation is mommy trauma all over the place, and those are the guys who try to work out their emotional issues through the women in their lives, and it's just horrifying. I've been eating a lot of broccoli because taking pills gives me nausea. Oh. It is at least more regulated than OTC, I believe. Good. Shoot him.
You know
He's
you
a
want a
narcissist.
piece of this. Give me some sugar.
Does he say anything different?
Well, aren't
Nope.
you just special?
Well,
Everybody likes the new
put your
guy
guns away,
but me.
Grandma.
I'm chopped
Okay,
liver.
I need my sexy nightwear back on, please. Naughty nightwear, sorry. Wait. Is that the same as the... See? Speech 10, lick 1. I can't fault people for being narcissists. I am borderline. I know how self-involved I am. I'm a streamer.
Hey, no one but Omertas are allowed to carry guns
You're
into
right. I
Gomorrah.
went to school for
Check your
nutrition,
weapons
and
with
this
me.
is true. 100%. I'll hand over all
You'll
my
get
weapons.
these back on your way out.
Sure, thanks. I don't mind. I'm just here to enjoy the fun of Gomorrah. Let's save the game right here, because I have I think we'll do sexy and naughty are different. They give me different things. Dignity. I gave up on a balanced diet when my son got sick. Other things were more important. Yeah. I mean, I have a friend who said if they made human kibble the way they make pet kibble, that's what I would eat. I just need the nutrition to get in me. And honestly, there's no reason that can't be a thing. And in some ways, that's cereal. But that's all grain based. So not. Anyway, there's lots of things that go into that, but I know people who are on 100% vegetarian vegan diets who are capable of getting every nutrient they need. The one that is always going to be the holdout is the B12. So, do you remember, okay, Gen Xers, do you remember the crisis in the, somewhere in the mid 80s where older Americans were buying cat food because they couldn't afford actual food? Anybody else remember that? Because I used to make a quarterly injection of B12. There you go. Not that look, I'm not a nutritionist. That's my sister-in-law who had the chef business. She got her degree as a dietitian. And nutritionist is a wonky term because it doesn't have an official medical definition. But people who have worked in that dietitian field have to have qualifications that are very specific and education that is a little bit more intense than the average person. But the 80s were the entire field of, I'm a guru because I wrote a book. So obviously I know a lot. And this is an influential book. So I must be savvy about the information. Someone would buy dog food that she had to wet it because it was too hard on her teeth. It is. And that's the crazy thing about people trying to support the dry food over wet food because dry food helps to clean their teeth. No, it fucking doesn't. Dry food does not help to clean your pet's teeth any better than eating hard pretzels cleans your teeth. It just doesn't. And when you have a cat, wet food is 100% better because cats are designed with a small intestine that actually is actually designed to remove moisture the way the large intestine in every other mammal does. The large intestine removes moisture. In cats and certain other obligate carnivores, the small intestine also removes moisture. So when you're feeding a cat a dry food diet, they are dehydrating. And yes, many cats learn to hydrate very, very well. But I have been part of the bandwagon here to try to help people.
I tell you, not at home is gonna have his day.
Who's not at home? That feeding your cats wet food is not detrimental to their health. And that having a dry food only diet can be more detrimental to their health if they have not developed good hydration patterns. It's just plain biology.
Hello and welcome to Gomorrah. What can I help you with today?
What's there to... Let's do some dialogue here. What is there to do around here?
Feel free to head to our club, Brimstone, or you can see our gorgeous courtyard out behind the casino.
I think I have an interaction in the courtyard. Do you have any rooms available?
Sorry, we don't have any hotel rooms available right now. But feel free to gamble or help yourself to our other services.
I may do. I'm sure you have all the good dirt on what goes around here.
I sure do. But loose lips sink ships.
Dang. Oh, speech 28. Booyah. Don't worry about me. I can keep your secrets.
All right. You look pretty trustworthy.
Oh, it's a mistake, ma'am. Oh, I got experience. What can you tell me what's going on around the strip?
I'm not sure what's going on at Lucky 38. That place is weird. Nobody ever goes in. Nobody ever comes out.
What can you tell me about what's going on around the strip? We just did that. What can you tell me about what's going on in Gomorrah?
Gossip is one thing. Dirt on the family is something else totally.
The family? Remember?
Not much of a rumor, but I hear the Tops is always looking for new talent. Lord knows they've needed it for a long time.
Yikes. I took care of that. There's more?
It's hard to believe that not too long ago, most of the families on the Strip were little more than warring tribes. The Emeritus even had a big war with the Khans once upon a time.
Ooh, she's just giving me new information every time. What can you tell me?
I've heard some pretty shady rumors about the Ultralux.
That's the one.
I'm not sure what the deal is, but although they try to put on airs, that place is just plain creepy. Maybe it's the masks.
Let's do more. Let's go ahead and run this all the way through.
Sorry, that's all the news worth talking about.
It.
All I have, at least.
Okay, very nice. Thank you. Need to get going.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm glad they don't let just any motherfucker through the gate. Freeside smells like shit.
Man, okay, so here's can Tops Casinos enhance Vegas appeal? Gomorrah Hotel has something for everyone. Do you though? Do you though? That's what I want to know. Do you actually have something for everyone? That's a lot of the ace community, I guess, out there is like, so Baldur's Gate 3. Put on airs, baby. So dietitians are amazing when they are specialists. Yes, a lot less useful when linked to a gym or person. No. Yeah, and that's the thing. My sister-in-law got her degree back in the, late 70s, early 80s, and worked for a nursing home initially. And so she had a lot of, oh, I'm getting screen tearing. She had a lot of expertise with, I wonder if that's just from the fire. Specific nutrition requirements for people who had special diets because of their health.
Be sure to check out the courtyard. Some of the hottest asses in New Vegas shaking out there.
Do I like it? You know what? You put a man in a pair of cowboy boots and some nice jeans, not skinny jeans. All right, we're in the club. That's not something for everyone.
Gomorrah has the loosest slots on the Strip.
You said slots. Yeah. So, for anyone who is interested in them presenting bodies, there you go. There's your hot, hot moment. I have mirrors, not required.
Hey there, can I get you a drink? Maybe a party favor?
This hairstyle should come back. I wish BG3 wasn't so expensive for the PS5. Oh, is it? Computer wouldn't be able to handle it. Mine still... Remember when I was playing Hitman, Genoa, and it would sound like an airplane trying to take off over here? BG3 does the same thing. That's one of the reasons that I don't think I could stream it if I wanted to. Sushi Cannon. My son's nutritionist dietitian didn't miss a beat. She was young, but literally any question or protest from an 8-9-year-old faced her in the slightest. Oh, nice. Play on words. Yeah, I don't know. I might put it on just for casual, you know, and just be like, hey, anybody, I don't want advice. I don't want recommendations for things. I just want to play my character and be wacky. But if y'all get a chance to watch Devora Wild play, go to YouTube, check out Jay Britton, and check out Devora Wild. And that's some awesome shit right there. Because Devora Wild is the voice actress for Lae'zel. So, she owns herself full square. I love seeing that energy. Let me see what you have.
Here you go.
Here you go. I love Atomic Cocktail. That is like my favorite. That's fairly inexpensive. I'm gonna take all of them.
Please save the game.
Oh, thank you. He's got good drugs. Wow. I'm good.
Another satisfied customer.
Yup. I'm looking for information. Oh, thank you, Brawler.
Sorry.
As soon as I get
it's
done
not
with
my
his
business
interaction.
to get involved.
Dang it. Okay. We'll give it another save. Maybe if the saves are closer together, it won't be such a problem. I think the courtyard is out here. Yay! And then we'll close out for the day. Oh, hey there. Yeah, see, and this is the disparity in gender representation over time. It's about women and femme presenting persons need to make themselves appealing. You have a cultural obligation to make yourself appealing to people who desire you. What's going on back here? It's a private show? Just a gambler?
I hope my dad doesn't find out how much money those hookers cost me.
Oh, it's a ghoul. It's a ghoul. You'll also notice that there is no representation in the size of chesty fat bags. There's going to be probably one proportion. And, oh, no, that's pretty much the same. And then the only other thing will be
this place smells like booze
large.
and sex. That's why I'll
so
always
it's
come
normal and extra large. These are just gamblers. I need somebody with a name. Anybody got a name around here? No.
Well, what do we have here?
Hi, you have a name,
Let
Joanna.
me guess. You've heard about the mistress who makes all your fantasies come true. So you followed the call of your desires, all the way to the arms of Joanna.
She seems nice.
Now that you've found me, I wonder, do you have what it takes?
I always have what it takes.
Oh, confident. I like that.
Of course you do.
So,
nobody likes not confident.
What do you want to do with what you've got?
I have speech 75. Look at me. The better question is, what are you going to do with it? I gotta level up. That's what I was waiting for.
Oh my, aren't you something else?
I am.
I guess you'll have to see for yourself what I can do, huh? Consider it on the house, honey.
Honey. So let me ask you some questions.
All right, honey. What do you want to know?
Honey's right up there with baby. I'm not... Especially because of the number of people I've had use it to me as a diminutive to diminish my social status or social standing in a moment. She's wearing a collar too, though. So if she's wearing a collar, that has a very specific BDSM connotation. I have questions about Gomorrah.
Yes.
What's the deal with Gomorrah?
It's your paradise on this desolate earth, hun. Your troubles are gone, your pain forgotten.
It's
and
just
your
a
dreams
restaurant.
Come true.
I mean, it's just a sex restaurant, right? Yeah, she's submissive, but that also means there is an actual commitment. You don't just wear a collar outside of a relationship. It's not just like a flag, a back pocket flag, right? It's because there is a commitment to a dominant, as far as I understand it. Not that I'm in the community so much as I do consume informational content regarding the community. It's all you can eat. It's a sexy restaurant buffet. Tell me about Gomorrah's clients.
Everyone wants a piece of their own personal heaven.
Everybody wants a
so
fantasy.
they come here for hours and hours, hun.
Does anybody
Military
else
men,
remember?
NCR ranchers, wandering travelers. They're all the same without their clothes on. What they want, the Omertas provide.
I'm leaning out of frame. Does anybody else remember Natalie Wood's last movie called Dreamscape? And they were able to record dreams. She's the one with the quest. Nice. I will do it because I remember this a little bit. There was a movie called Dreamscape where a tech company had figured out a process for recording dreams, and then people could plug into the machine and play them back. I don't know, were they recording actual experience and then playing it back as like a dream type thing? But anyway, a guy killed himself by orgasm, death by snoo-snoo, because he chose to loop the one section of a recording that was him being straddled by a female and climaxing repeatedly. Yeah.
I'm in danger.
The things you find out on Grandma's channel. Nope, nobody knows where we're gonna go. It was a fascinating film, though, in the day of, and I think that's a lot of what the internet gives people is this. It's a fantasy, right? It doesn't exist. You don't know what's actually real and what's not. It's amazing how being a primate with this prefrontal cortex has defined so much of us as a species, and the inability to exert effective control over what we want has shaped an entire society. Like, we have two entire industries, one on the West Coast, one on the East Coast, designed around fantasy. One's Hollywood and the other one is Washington, D.C. And it's just, The Last Tango in Paris. I know those words, but I don't think I've ever seen that. And I think why having open, reasonable, normal, natural discussions about sex and sexuality actually pulls back the curtain on all of the other fantasy that we're willing to believe out there. And why I tell people the problem isn't what's in your hand, the problem is what's in your head. What are you training yourself? You had to watch it in film class. Oh. Yeah. How does that relate, since I'm not familiar with it?
You best hold your tongue, friend, or someone here will take care of it for good.
I thought that's why I was here. No? Okay. I think we're going to go with her. I don't want a goodbye. Let's go back to my other questions.
All right, honey. What do you want to know?
I'd like to know more about you.
Yes.
Dang it! I'm so close. Let's go back to my other questions.
All right, honey. What do you want to know?
Goodbye.
I'll see you soon, I'm sure.
You will. I have to change clothes real quick. Oh, I got my level up. I guess we should put some points in barter, huh? Do I pop one up here in medicine? Oh, there. Now I don't have to change clothes. Brawler says, last tango in Paris, distraught following his wife's suicide, American hotelier Paul, oh, he's Marlon Brando, becomes transfixed by the beautiful younger French woman, Jean Maria Schneider, when he meets her by chance at an apartment both are attempting to rent. Yes. It's a dating opportunity if a female enters the scene. The couple begin an extended but purely anonymous sexual relationship in which they do not even tell each other their names, but it soon becomes clear that the couple's deliberate level of disassociation cannot continue. It just can't, because we're humans with brains that contextualize experiences, and if we didn't have a brain that naturally created schemas and contextualization on things, and then also associated pleasurable experiences with a desire to repeat that pleasurable experience that then becomes associated with a particular individual, often who provided that pleasurable experience, we'd be way better at having what people want to call casual sex than we are. Should we just do that? Does anybody else... Oh. Ow. Oh, Sneak needs 3. Let's give Sneak 3, because I think I have to do some pickpocketing here. Alright, I'm good with that. Okay, here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. But that's only my amateur psychological... Okay, I have 6 out of 10 levels of this, right? I gotta take it again. I gotta take it again. I've invested so much in this because this is the one I wanted from the beginning. So I've taken 6 level ups. But no, that's not entirely true that it's an amateur awareness, because getting a bachelor's of science in education involved a whole metric fuck ton of psychological training. Okay, where are we gonna put it? Sushi Cannon, I hope you're doing all right out there. I appreciate your being here, and I appreciate everyone being open and unashamed and unafraid to... Yeah, you've been contributing to our conversation today, and that's a, you know, like, that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff that you've gone through, and I just appreciate that you've found a place here where you can speak about those things, and that can be just an authentic part of your experience. And you know, you don't have to stay out there and be anonymous and pretend that difficult things never happened, because we all have places to learn from how people approach adversity and how it moves and changes your awareness of the world. So I'm still alive. It's a hard time of year, so trying to be distracted. There you go. We don't have to bring any of it up. Same. I had a moment last week where I had a friend come over and pick up the last, and I know it's just a cat. It's not just a cat. It was my cat. It was not my child, but he was cat son. And for those of you who ever saw the stream or look at old VODs or clips, Biff was the phylactery for my dead lich heart. And a friend came over and picked up the last of his stuff. And this, you know, difficult time of year for everyone, for sure. I have the most joyous recollection of the year my mother died when I was 17. She passed in January, and before Thanksgiving even happened, my father was already married to his new wife. So yeah, Thanksgiving, not my favorite time of year. Okay. I've been really pushing this stuff Barter and speech, which I have a lot of other stuff that's helping. Not using survival or unarmed. But I get bonuses to health and environmental resistances. I don't know. I'm starting to think maybe strength or perception. Strength I don't need because I have, I don't use melee and I have companions. So probably perception. I could just bring charisma up to level. There is no competition in grief. No, there can't be. There can't be because nobody has a meter that can say how much love. Wait a minute. I'm backing up here to Genoa. There is a scene in it, in the movie, Last Tango in Paris, involving butter, and it was all real reactions. I don't. Food is not sexy to me. Food is sexy in its own right in eating. Food is not sexy to me in physical intimacy, sexual intimacy. I don't like November and December since my hubs died. Damn, we're all here for it. I'm convinced holidays are only for those who lost someone in a poor attempt to motivate you to do stuff. In many ways, when you walk back, because I was a history teacher, when you walk back human existence to a time of year where we are naturally prone to hibernate, more people do die in winter than in other seasons, not counting drugs and cars and all of the modern things, but just in bodies quitting. You do have a lot more people who pass naturally in the winter season, so I can see where there is a cultural need to stay in touch with others. That in a lot of Scandinavian countries, a lot of, when the weather's cold, you don't go anywhere, you don't do anything. And it is very detrimental for us as social creatures to get into a situation where we do not interact with others for very long periods of time. Cabin fever is a real thing. So forcing people to do stuff, providing excuses for that once a month doesn't seem so terrible. What we've done is we've extrapolated it and deified it so that it's not just a once a month occurrence. It's something that you have to think about every day for 2.5 months. I think that dilutes some of the sacredness of actually celebrating a holiday. So, do I want perception or charisma here? That cricket. Taking me back to my childhood. Incentivized with presents. Yep. It's my first Christmas alone, and I'd happily drink until February and just be done with it. If you could maintain your health, there's a reason that people dissociate with the present. I mean, if you were trapped in a room that was on fire and you could shut off your nerves so that you didn't feel yourself being immolated, you would. you would. You don't have to stand in the fire and feel it to be real or whole. I mean, I will be here every week, and we can be here and just be accountable to one another, because it is also a very this time of year is a time of year where people are more suicidally prone. There's more suicidal ideation and things like that. So finding a place where you can be, where I will happily message you. I've had issues with suicidal ideation since I was 6 years old, so I know. I didn't expect to live this long. I know what it can mean to continue to exist. I mean, my mother died in January, so Christmas is all about that last Christmas I had with her. It's just one of those seasons where I go, why can't I just hibernate? I don't want to have to go to work. I don't want to have to go anywhere. I just want to bury myself in nurturing things, in food, in thinking about my book, in just fixing up small things in my home. And yeah, dissociation is not bad. It's bad if you force it, and it's bad if you never want to leave it. It can become addictive. Noah died January 2nd. Oh. Getting out of bed, coming up to a year on. First year. And I know that has to be, again, not a competition, but it is different, you know, in losing a parent or a spouse but, you know, children are children. So we can, I'm going to be here hopefully Sundays and Mondays. So, if you know of any way that it would help, I know that sometimes people don't want to talk about it. Be like, that's too painful, and I don't want to. In the 5 years after my mother died, we had 10 funerals in my family. Grief and I got a lot. We got to be real good friends. Well, not at first. It took a while. And then in 35 years since then, I've worked a lot on how to deal with grief. And I'll tell you, it doesn't get easier. Every time you have to deal with grief, it's like getting a new flu. It's just horrific. Now, while we're here with the crickets, I'm going to choose this point in a minute. I'm not choosing it right now. I'm going to come back up here for a second because I don't know if this helps. But in my processing, hang on, kill that. In my processing on grief, and because I'm an inveterate scientist and I love science and I love astronomy, and I got into an awareness. Now, I've also been through a lot of therapy, and I've had a lot of good therapists. I've had some real shit ones, but I've had a lot of good ones who've really helped me. So I began to, I used to think about grief as like, oh, it's like a cold. And nobody can say, well, didn't you have that cold last week? Why are you still sneezing? Right? You sneeze as long as you have the cold. You cough as long as you have the cold. It's not something that anybody can say, you should be over the flu by now. Well, my body's not over it. So it's not something I'm doing wrong. Kindly fuck all the way off. And then I began to think about the longitudinal effect of my mother's loss on my entire life since then, and other traumatic experiences. You know, I've done a lot of study on trauma and how dealing with certain people in my life and in my family, why aren't you over that? Can't you just be over that now? Does this always have to be like how you identify? I started to be curious about why. Why is that? She was the center of my world. I adored her. She was my best friend. I wasn't really good at making friends, and she liked me. She was one of the only people in my growing up who liked me. So losing her felt like I lost everything. And like, she was the sun and I was the planet orbiting the sun. And when that sun disappeared, I used to say I just spiraled off. I had no tether to anything, not to myself, not to anything. And then as time went on, I started to look at what happens really, though, because suns don't just go out. Suns collapse into black holes. And black holes exert gravitational pull on everything in reach. And that's what had really happened with me, is that because I couldn't go with her into the black hole, I just kept spiraling in this gravitational pull. And it was spiraling ever outward, but it was continually affected by the gravitational pull of that event. So the brighter a sun shines in your day-to-day experience, the more gravitational pull of the black hole created in its absence. And I spent years just wanting to dive in. Like, why can't I just go with her? And then I kept having moments in my life where some small thing I did on one day, it didn't even have to be something over months or years, made a profound impact on somebody's life. And I thought, well, I guess it's good I was here for that. Let me come back to chat. Talking about it is the hardest thing in the world, but it's all I want to do at the same time. Feels like I'm going insane. That's how we process, though. That's why we have stories as prefrontal cortex possessing primates. We have stories to help us process things. I think we are all meant to be here. I could honestly say we're all here, just like all the flowers are here and all the rabbits are here until they're not. I had a great therapist for 7 months. She was very adamant that you never get over any loss. You live with that loss. It becomes part of your lived experience, yes. It becomes part of you. It isn't a hurdle. It's a scar. It's a battle scar. Trauma scars you, absolutely. And you wear it or you hide it or you pick it, but it doesn't go away. And some wounds fester because of influences around when that wound happened. Some people can be bad bacteria for your healing. It's especially hard when you were their last contact, says Genoa. Yes. I like you, Jima. Your description of your mama is so sweet. It wasn't perfect, but she had that space in my life. Sushi Cannon. I was told the same, says Brawler. Some days I miss him and I want him back. Some days I wish I never met him. We had another chatter, Crispy, who had also recently lost her husband and was working through that space. So, yeah, Genoa, that haunts you forever. I will tell you, man, there are moments that, and this might sound so trivial, and I'm so sorry if it hits wrong, but we fostered kittens for several years, and the very last litter we fostered, we lost 2 of those kittens, and my brain will wake me up in the middle of the night trying to convince me that the first one was because I didn't feed it right, because they were still being bottle fed. And if you're not super hyper careful with bottle feeding kittens in the right position and things like that, they can aspirate the formula, and my brain will still wake me up because I was the last one with that kitten. We hurt. But I think it's important that we take care of each other. I don't sleep much because I had to be there at the end and I had to stay. Yep. I walked out of the room because I needed to make a phone call to let some people know how Mom was doing and where things were, and she passed while I was out of the room. So you're allowed to feel. You're allowed to cry. And you're allowed to be with other people who support you. Grief sucks. I mean, we can't imagine being a planet when a sun collapses into a black hole. It's really hard to analogize how loss hits. You are loved. It was my honor and obligation as his mother to be there, and I'd never change what I did for anything, but it'll be a huge scar forever. Yes. And every time you bump it, it's gonna hurt. I'm sorry it's all dark now. Don't be sorry. You're not allowed to say sorry for that. I love you. I could have brushed you aside and not addressed any of it. Take all the sorries and turn them into thank yous. Thank you for letting me do this here. There you go. You don't need to be sorry. You're a human with a lived experience, and everybody here is into it. And if people who are watching the channel don't stay, well, that's not right here. You're allowed the space. We're in the pillow and blanket for it. We're eating cookies. We're playing video games. It's Sunday at Grandma's place. If you want to tell us things, and this can be hard, but it can also be healing. Telling people the precious things. Some of the moments that you will never forget. And yeah, some of the sad things too, but every time you're able to start forming the schema for the healing memories of your relationship and your life with him, when you can start planting those seeds, that 10, 20, 30 years from now will be the memory. Right now, it's the broken soil. It's the hole left behind. But every opportunity you are able to put a seed of something that brings you joy, the tears will water that. It will grow. We're all going to try together. That's what we're going to do. I'm glad you could be here. And I'm glad that you didn't try to stay anonymous in an internet space and not tell us what you're dealing with. Okay? We've got friends here. We are good people who deserve happy. We are born with inherent dignity. And we are allowed to be happy. And you're allowed to be sad. Yep. We can have a great big group hug. You're allowed to come here and hurt. If somebody stumbled onto your doorstep and they were bleeding, who are you if you close the door? especially if you recognize the wound. And you go, I know how to help you with that. Here, we'll just put pressure on it. And you put pressure on that. And sometimes putting pressure takes all your focus, which means you don't have any obligation to do anything else but tend your wound in the healthiest ways you can and to find people who will help you, who will support you and help you to remember and put pressure on that when you can't. I can't say we're going to be able to have, internet group therapy. But I'll be here tomorrow morning too. So you don't have to bring things up. There's no obligation on you at all. The only obligation I have for you is that you don't disappear. Okay? Now that you've been here and you've shared this, I want you to show up. Even if you just put your name in chat and say, hi, gotta go. I just want to see your name. Sunday or Monday. And if you can't be here live for the stream, you have other things to do. When I drop that VOD into YouTube, jump in there and just let me know. Okay? That's for all of you. Grandma said, that's why. Now, let's go back to our sex worker for a minute. Sex work is real work. And we're trying to decide, oops, I took out the audio. Where to put our point for... Oh, hello, puppy. Boop. I hereby bestow boops on all of you. Brawler, I am just dying for your input on this one. Okay? Charisma or perception? Where do we want to go? Her grandma breaks the night. You got to. That's the other thing, is it's so easy to pause for a break on the trail and you can sit there for a long time, but sometimes you just gotta, let's go. We're gonna stand up, we're gonna drink some water, and let's keep walking. We can walk slow, but we're gonna keep walking. We're gonna keep walking. Forward progress is the only thing. Let's go charisma. I'ma do it. Thank you, Brawler. And thank you, Sushi. Thank you, Genoa. And thank you, everybody who is out there, who is giving silent support. As much as I want to pop that link in the Discord,
Hey there, gorgeous.
for the Discord,
I knew you'd be back
I'm
soon
not there.
enough.
If you guys would like to have a place, I don't know if just opening a spot for DM so that you guys have a place to connect, because I know Twitch is kind of a shithole for actually giving people social connections beyond. I'm going to pull up the Discord now. I'm going to drop the link in chat. Genoa, you are usually around, and you will usually see something before I do. And I'm not asking you to... Okay. Yeah, this will be good for a week. Okay, you guys can use that to stay in touch. I can create a room there real quick. And we will call that room, we'll create a text channel right here, and it will be called Group Hugs. Okay. Hey, I got you. Okay, and again, I can't promise anything about my ability to be here. I am not good with dealing with Discord. There you go. So we got our charisma for the hookers. Let's go have some fun, and we'll do this, and then we can just sort of transition our space. And Sushi Cannon, if you would like me to remove that spot from my YouTube VOD, I'm content to leave it there, because I feel like you never know who's going to stop and catch something and have a moment of revelation about it. But if it's too much for you to have your personal information left out there on a YouTube VOD, you just let me know. You personally don't mind? Okay. Thank you for providing a safe space. That's Genoa is the one who keeps us safe in here. That's why she has the sword. And I might open the door, but Genoa is the bouncer. So I know we're safe when she is here. Acts of Truth is out there as well. Has not been in chat for a hot moment. So Acts of Truth is also here as a bouncer, which I say as I'm about to
consider it on
this
the
is
house,
a different
honey.
variation of bouncer that we're about to experience. Okay. Is everybody safe where they are? That's the question I need to ask. Are you safe in your brain space where we are?
Follow me, hun.
I have the responsibility of his legacy. See, you are already leaps and bounds. So if it is used in a safe and comfortable place, I can help someone. Yes, thank you. Outstanding, thank you. There is an add-on I can use with Twitch that does pronouns. I just haven't had the time or space. Really, what I've been doing since Biff died was just throwing myself under a train in the hopes that the wheels would catch me and I would keep moving forward in spite of myself. And that's why taking on that job last year in many ways may have saved my life. Because it was incredibly difficult to do and I could not take my eyes off focusing on it. So, hi Joanna. Quick save before we talk to her. You're great. Okay. I love you guys so much. And I appreciate your coming to this space and making it real.
Come here, baby. I'm all yours. Are you ready to be all mine?
I don't know.
All
do we
right,
have
honey.
any more
What do you want to
stuff
know?
to talk about? I have questions about
Yes.
Gomorrah. Did we do all that? We did that. Let's go back to my other
All
questions.
right, honey. What do you want to know?
I'd like to know more about
Yes.
you. Oh, yeah, here we go. Contracted pupils, involuntary spasms, Med-X kills quickly, Joanna. I can help.
I didn't think it showed. I guess that it's worse than I thought.
Well, I guess it's a good thing we've been talking about trauma. What happened to you?
I don't know what's happening to me. I can't feel a goddamn thing anymore. Empty and poisoned like the wasteland. I'm afraid I won't make it out of here. Not without Carlitos. If the Med-X doesn't kill me first, Caccino or another Omerta will. I look pathetic, huh? The great Joanna. And now, I don't even know why I'm telling you this.
Because apparently it's on brand for today. Okay, y'all, we're going to stick with Joanna. I'm not going to cut out of stream. We're staying with this. I have the energy for it. And I think y'all are here for this for the moment. But I do need to pee. So I'm going to take a break. I will be back real quick.
Please save the game.
I saved right before we spoke to her. Thank you, my love. And I will be right back. I'll make this real quick.
I'm in danger.
You're fine, baby. Okay, here we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. If you can hear the sound of my voice, you have successfully discovered Grandma Plays a Game. I'm Grandma. This is my channel where sometimes we play games, sometimes we talk to chat, sometimes we do whatever we want because it's my channel and that's how I roll. So we are going through Fallout New Vegas today, and I'm kind of feeling cool with our discussion in chat just now that we are talking to Joana in Gomorrah and finding out that she's in a bad space too. So theme for today is trauma and ways to recover from traumatic experiences and how to reach out to people and connect and not completely lose yourself. I mean, Genoa was one of the people who kept little pokes in there with me last year because she knew my agreement with Biff was I'll stay as long as you do. And that was a real decisive moment in my life to have him go. So we've been talking with folks who've been dealing with loss, and I honestly believe that if I don't use the experiences I've had in my life, at least the ones that I've found space to recover from in healthy ways, to help other people. When I was in officer training school, we had a thing. So when you go through basic training, there's an obstacle course, right? And you are responsible to get over the obstacles yourself. And that's what the enlisted corps go through. And then when you are in officer training school, they call it the confidence course instead of the obstacle course. And you go through with your entire flight. So everybody who's in your flight goes through the obstacle at the same time, and nobody's allowed to move on to the next obstacle until you've all made it. And what we discovered was, because I was in a group of people who, many of whom were prior enlisted, and they'd been through the obstacle course, they knew tips and tricks for how to get through. So they were telling other people, no, you gotta go up the side of that one. Like, it looks like you're supposed to go up the front. Don't go up the front, go up the side. And, there's no reason you're not allowed. And, when you grab the rope, you need to use your feet. Don't just grab it with your arms and your hands because you'll fall in the water. Jump as high as you can and get your feet on the rope, whatever it takes when you're going across this. Don't go over feet first, go over head first, where you're scooting across a rope, across a body of water. And that's a different experience. And I feel like that's the experience when you've been through trauma and it affects people. Trauma affects your brain. And I will link a YouTube video. So I want to link that in the Discord. I can link that here. I keep this on my watch list permanently because this is important stuff for everyone to know. It can be triggering, so I'm going to tell you right now that this deals with the neurobiology of trauma and sexual assault, but this is effective information for everyone. This is a psychiatrist who is speaking to folks in law enforcement and medical professionals of how trauma impacts the brain of people they are trying to get information from and assist, and what happens. And it doesn't just have to be sexual trauma, but sadly in our culture that is a given. So let's go back to Gomorrah and continue to talk to Joana, who is starting to talk to me about using Med-X because she's been going through some trauma. Now, before anybody says anything, yes, she is a sex worker. She might as well be a chef at a restaurant, right? She's one of the chefs at the restaurant. She prepares the yummy fantasy satisfaction that people desire from her. Sex work is legitimate work. It does not have to be seedy. It does not have to be degraded. It is legitimate work, and if we were better at being humans, she's my secretary. What? I need context for that, Brawler. That sex work wouldn't have to be considered the way it is. Okay. Let's do our dialogue tree here with Joanna. We're going to hang out for a little while longer. Tell me about the Omertas. Oh, you're not taking that. Okay, do this.
What do you want to know about those sons of bitches?
What's the Omerta's role in Gomorrah?
They run the place as a center for all their dirty scams and extortions. Gambling, sex, drugs. They'll use whatever works to exploit your weaknesses. Hooker, customer, it doesn't matter. Everyone here's a pawn to the Omertas, playing and dying by their rules.
You have a house of secretaries? I am still slightly lost. Okay, tell me about their leaders. That's the thing, is when people are exploiting other people. When you're taking advantage of someone else, you're always wrong. Tell me about their leaders.
Nero's the pack leader, and Big Saul's his right hand. What Nero wants, Big Saul does. Then there's Caccino.
What's the deal with Caccino?
He's a filthy monster. I've been with perverted men, but Caccino's done things to me that even other Omertas would also want to kill him if they knew what he does. He's broken so many of the rules
allowed to
that
say,
I don't know
right?
how he still breathes.
Because nobody tells, because you're not supposed to tell. Sushi Cannon, thank you. I have follow-up questions. So I call the ladies of the night. Oh, secretaries, because they keep your secrets. We're moving into some territory here that I'm going to have a lot of commentary on, so I am open to questions. Oh, I just love it. So, and this is the challenge in living. Why the patriarchy hurts men is because there is so much of a focus in pornography on phallocentric fantasy, which tends to be about penis all the things. And then that sexual fantasy becomes expectation. And that is 100% the effect of pornography, phallocentric fantasy pornography, that ruins the ability to actually enjoy partnered intimacy with someone else. Caccino is a butthole. Let's protect the girls. I'm all about that. Protecting people. What's Carlitos' story?
He was an Omerta that fell in love with me. They don't ever mix with people outside the family, you know? He was planning to escape with me, but Caccino found out about us. So he did something, talked, I don't know. And Carlitos disappeared.
Oh no. Sorry, I'm not interested in this right now. Caccino talked because Carlitos broke Omerta rules.
Caccino doesn't give a shit about rules, only cares to feed his perversions. He lusted for me. He's done things to me. Look, I'm stuck here. I know that. Carlitos is the only thing that kept me going. And now I don't have anything left.
What if Carlitos lives? What if he's still alive out there somewhere?
If he's alive, he's long gone. The Omertas want him dead now. If you meet him anywhere, I'd do anything to get him back and escape this hell. Although I'm not keeping my hopes up.
It's all about personal agency. If he lives, I'll find him for you.
Hun, nobody's given me a free thing before. What's it going to be for you? Caps? Sex? Straps? What?
I'm not going to extort this woman. She's not going to trust me, though, if I say nothing. Oh, he's dead? Really dead? Cucino, I mean? Oh, yeah, Cucino. Straps, I think she's alluding to a little bit of BDSM equipment use. Which should be considered different from offering sex. And I'm glad she made that distinction. Well, we saved before we came in here. But I don't want to sexually exploit someone who's already been exploited. I'm afraid if I say nothing, she won't trust me.
What? Are you serious?
Okay.
Well,
and we'll go with it.
I'm not complaining.
That's
hon.
my first instinct.
Thanks so much for your help.
So the whole we don't talk about it, you're going to get me on a huge rant. What's in here? A camera and a knife. I mean, that makes sense to me. So, let's look at our lists. I chose nothing. I'll do it for nothing. Yeah, Cucino is, and that's the thing. When all of the pornographic fantasy is about penis all the things, then everything, what do they say? A man with a hammer sees everything as a nail. And if that's the only fantasy you have, then that's how you're going to treat everything. And it's just, there is no inherent dignity or agency to the things being impenised. And that's what makes it psychologically perverting. We're going to do another quick save because they're unlimited.
Come here, baby. I'm all yours. Are you ready to be all mine?
I think we did all the dialogue.
All right. Yes.
Tell me about your problem. Oh, there we go.
As I told you, Carlitos was the only thing that kept me alive in this place. Now, I just don't know what'll happen.
I want to talk about Carlitos.
Yes. Cucino,
Okay.
Look, I'm...
Okay. No, I was considering, oh, wow, you know, Grandma could be in there with Joanna and we could do a thing, but that's not really true to my character as an asexual, so we're not doing it. I hear beeps. I hear beeps out there, meaning that people are finding... Where am I supposed to go? Well, out of this room, apparently. Alright. Now we'll do a hard save of the game, which now sounds weird. Okay. Alright, I guess I have to go back inside. Yeah, there are crickets. It's taken me back to my childhood. Who am I talking to? Somebody this way? Oh, no, not even in the building. I need to leave the building. Okay. Oh, no, that's okay. That's okay. I told her I wasn't going to charge her anything because I figured if she went, oh, that's, you know, no way. It's not how you get out of that. I don't trust anybody who doesn't charge something. Which is a totally valid response.
I tell you, not at home is gonna have his day.
I don't care about another quest. We're gonna help Joanna. Woo. Okay. Where do I need to go? Did I get my guns back? Maria added? Okay. And we're gonna go where? Out here? Hey, everybody. How you doing? Is that right? This map. Okay, this looks correct. Go through this one and then straight through to the next one. Straight through to the next one. The Ultralux. That one is going to take an entire stream to do. The White Glove Society. Oh, I didn't even look at the carpet. Look at you. Catching details. Okay. Oh. Oh my gosh, I vague memories of all of this. Michelangelo's. Is it you? Who are you?
Wish I could have seen what's inside
Just
the 38.
Traveler. Really? You didn't though? Oh, is this... That's the hotel. Did I miss an entrance? Follow this. Okay, here we go. She has a Vault 21 jumpsuit on? Hang on, hang on, hang on. I have one. I bet that would really help me. Okay. Fast travel. Where am I right now? I'm going to set my marker right there so I know how to find that again. I'm going to go to Novak, to my room, because I'm pretty darn sure. Where is it? Novak. Changes a bit. I remember having to do that. So, hang on. Jump. 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 Grandma, go jump. I want to have it with me anyway. I knew that. Did you just forget to tell me that? Edie's upgrades are complete. Awesome. I love this game so much. Okay, F3. Okay. We're gonna help Joanna. Alright.
Thank you for visiting New Vegas.
You're welcome. And this is the other thing I want people to be really, 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 really okay with. is just the understanding. I mean, it took me a while before I thought I was allowed to laugh again. After intense trauma, that is just a damn thing. You're like, I feel guilty for laughing. I feel guilty for going out and having a nice dinner with somebody. I feel guilty for enjoying myself at all because of what my culture has told me grief is meant to be, and that I'm supposed to be deactivated by this process. And you see it over and over and over again in the way grief is portrayed in television and movies and all these other things. And I watch enough British crime shows to know that every single time the family of the deceased shows up to identify the body, somebody is going to get their Oscar-worthy acting moment of, this is my complete breakdown. And that's not how that happens. So many people really go into a dissociative state, or dissociative. I'm gonna have to look that one up. And allow the functioning part of their brain to be present to do the things that need to happen. That's one of the things that happened to me. Was my father and sister, who were in the room at the time that my mother passed, had one response. And when I came back, I realized that I was going to have to be the one who stepped up and started making phone calls and started letting people know, and the siblings and the friends of the family, and calling the funeral home with whom we'd made arrangements. Yep, you went into denial for a whole year, ended up in a hospital. I went into a compartmentalized state, and it wasn't until I had a nervous breakdown almost 6 years later, from 17 to 23. It wasn't till then that it refused to be denied in my psyche, and I had to address it. Hey, Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah Weintraub.
Hey.
Welcome to the finest vault hotel in the whole world.
I believe it. God, I'm sorry. I'm fortunate I didn't end up in hospital. I ended up finding the therapist who actually helped me. A vault hotel? What was it like? Was it like this before the war?
No, silly. Of course it wasn't always a hotel. I grew up in it. I love it. My favorite place in the world. Not that I know much of the world. I never left this place, come to think of it. But it is the most special vault ever.
That's weird. Sex and trauma. Things that we are supposed to hide. Easy. And how right now a lot of people are dealing with lives where that shit has been bonded together. Sexual trauma is one of the things that is devastating our culture silently. Denial is powerful. I didn't think I need help because I'm a tough bitch. True facts. I think I just leaned into identifying myself by that so hard that it almost became harder to move through it and move past it when it wasn't part of, I'm the kid whose mom died. I'm the one whose mom died. Because that's one of the first things people heard from me in that period of time soon after. What's so special about this vault?
My vault is pure New Vegas. Everyone has a chance, and Lady Luck smiles if you play your odds right. Okay, it was like that before we had to leave. Vault 21 had very smart ways to help people get along. All arguments and fights got solved through gambling.
Oh, each of these vaults.
I'll give you a quick tour of my home. Oh yeah, if you like.
If you like. Let's do the tour.
Rightio, Daddy-o. Let's do it. All right, please follow me. We'll head into the vault right away.
We'll just walk ourselves through this
bunker
moment.
protects the entrance to the vault. Solid stone outside and thick steel on the inside.
Well, you wanted to be a steel and concrete contractor during this time. Hmm? Denial is... yeah. The lies that are the most devastating are the ones we tell ourselves. And that's what our culture helps us to do. It helps you to say, oh no, you can see by your experience in watching media that this is how other people deal with this thing. And the sad part of a prefrontal cortex is that you cannot effectively distinguish experience gained in real life from experience
Above us, there's
gained
a control center for this level of the vault's life
artificially.
support systems, electric grid, radioactive shields, and all that jazz. Don't get lost. My vault has many corridors and rooms, although it is no longer symmetrical after Mr. House threw us out.
That was an interesting way she pronounced corridors. Oh, there's people here. What?
Come on. Time to get lucky. Luck's about to change, I can feel it.
This is the main game
Sights?
hall.
Hey.
Here we settled the big disputes among the vault's levels. Chosen representatives gambled against each other here. The winner earned the right to settle the dispute as wished by the collective.
Oh my goodness. Oh, hang on a sec. Sushi Cannon says, I got told how strong I was and how well I handled, and it was infuriating to hear from me because my ex-husband was out of the picture, so who else would have done it, right? Don't tell me how tough I am. Help me. And then they... yeah, because a lot of people will use that as an excuse to not help you. Oh, you're so strong.
Later, but well worth it.
Look how well you're handling everything. You don't need any help. And I realized at one point that it's the 90-day mark. Like the first 90 days...
This hall leads to our guest rooms. You can use the first room on our left, but no snooping next door. That's my room. Always was.
I feel a snoop coming on. Did I just increase my stealth? I think I did. I have a whole stealth... I have a bunch of stealth boys. The first 90 days... the grief event that changed you is still...
Down there is the game room. Each side of the vault had one, but the other is filled with concrete now. Okay, that wraps it up. I'll see you soon.
Hang on, we got talking to do.
Good to see you again.
There's more dialogue here. Planets that are not orbiting the same sun as you will notice the sun extinguished. They will feel a certain amount of gravitational tug, but the velocity and trajectory of their orbits will pull them away from that sooner. And so while you're still blinded by the event, you can't really see what's happening around you. And I realized it was about, for everybody I knew in that 5 years after my mom died, it was about 90 days afterwards that everybody else had gone back to their everyday lives and gone back to their normal lives, occasionally recalling the loss of life that was traumatizing to you, but really having recovered from their trauma over it. And you get into that 4th month and it's like, how can everybody else just still be living and waking up and brushing their teeth and going to the grocery store? And my entire life has completely changed. It's not just, oh, someone is gone. It's my entire reality. Everything I think, everything I say, how I exist has been irrevocably altered. And I don't even know how to be. And I think, I will say, one of the most healing friendships I had was a friend who used to tell me, just be. It's okay. Just be. Not the person who has to, the person who needs to. This, you know, things need to get done, but my dad said the same thing. To me, it was their justification for not being there for me. Like, why the fuck would I help you? You look fine. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would like to ask you some questions about Vault 21.
All right, what would you like to know?
You said Vault 21 wasn't always a hotel?
No, silly, of course it wasn't always a hotel.
That is so true. I spent 6 months focused on how much he lost out on in life, being young. Dates, first kisses, high school, college, love, his own family, driving a car. What does Mr. House have to do with Vault 21?
Mr. House has everything to do with Vault 21. He tried to get us out before he filled it with concrete. I almost went ape. So we convinced him. Okay, Sheldon and I, right? We convinced him to leave the top level mostly intact.
Why did he fill the vault with concrete?
I don't know. Maybe he didn't want anybody sneaking around down there. My vault runs deep and wide. It's filled with corridors
okay, we're
and
back to the
rooms
sex
that go
workers.
far. What gives him the right to screw us with the royal shaft anyway? So he saved New Vegas. Woohoo! Now scram and let us go on with our lives. Sheesh.
Then it shifted to, I'll never be a grandma, I'll never get to raise a shitty teenager. To Noah. You'll never get those experiences with Noah. Yeah, realizing that my mom was not going to be at my high school graduation. I tried to skip high school graduation. Oh gosh, this vault is a freaking maze. I just wanted to get to Michelangelo's. Maybe we'll come back to her? How do I get to Michelangelo's?
Okay, see you soon.
Actually, I'm looking for Carlitos.
Good to see you again.
Let me see if I can get that one. And you can't fast travel out, right? I'm looking for Carlitos. Let's see if we can get to the meat of this.
Yeah, I do. Try the diner. But don't start any trouble, you hear?
I won't. I'm just going to follow her. Because I'm not interested in getting lost right now. Oh my gosh, it's almost noon. Okay, where was the diner? Over here with the checkered pattern.
Wish I could have seen what's inside the 38.
Are you Carlitos?
Morning.
You are!
Hey, do you mind? I'm trying to drink myself to the ground right here. Scram.
Not against it. I'm here on Joanna's behalf. Pilgrimage! Hello, my love. Right at the end of the strip? So I just have to go all the way down to the end to get to the door? Well, this is what we wanted, so let's get this guy...
What did you say? I mean, Joanna sent you. Please, tell me, is she alright? When did you see her? What does she have to say?
She didn't know if you were still alive. Like, I'm guessing you haven't done any contacts? I love you, Pilgrimage. Welcome in. I saw the sign for the store, but I didn't see a door. So I think I just didn't go far enough. Welcome in, Pilgrimage. Thank you for being here. Oh, wait a minute. Do you need one of these? Hey! Boop. Fine.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
All right. I don't like people having to deal with ads, and I'm not interested in micromanaging that at the moment. Maybe I'll deal with that next time. Dino dance, dino dance. Everybody do the dino dance. That is a Devora Wild thing. That's, God, she's fucking hilarious.
Then she has to know. I'm ready to help her escape once and for all.
All right.
I'm not even scared of Caccino and all those fuckers. Joanna and I are dead anyway if we don't get the hell out of here.
Why don't you get her out of Gomorrah?
What, you think I can just waltz in there and take her
I don't
away?
know.
She's their doll now, okay?
Oh, God.
Besides, I
Watch
step in Gomorrah and
Dollhouse.
I'm as good as dead, you hear? You don't just leave the Emeritus unless it's in a body bag.
All right. Let me ask you some questions.
Questions can wait, Joanna can't.
Okay, I'll let her know that you'll help.
Deal. Come back with news soon, you hear?
I will. Will you answer my questions now?
Alright. About what do you want to know?
He actually said, about what do you want to know? Of course, Pilgrimage. I appreciate your company. I know you haven't been able to be here as much. I'm changing times and days, and so I'm going to try to do Sunday morning, Monday morning. Tell me about your past.
You know, straightening up bets, Gomorrah, success, women, all that shiny stuff.
I did that last week for a bunch of folks, so I'm in good stead right now. Weird grammar syntax. It's accurate grammar syntax, which is the problem. About is a preposition, and you never end a sentence with a preposition. So he would have said, what do you want to ask me about? But if you know that you don't end a sentence with a preposition, you say, about what would you like to ask me? You worked in Gomorrah as a croupier? What?
Hey, you're smart. Okay,
I
it
am.
was like finding diamonds in your vodka and showgirls under your
that
card
way.
table. You want it, Gomorrah has it. It was heaven, until you find that all the glitter is made of broken dreams and all the praise hides a knife pointing at your ribs.
Yes, I love getting experience. Any important wise guys that I should know about?
Now, if you have to ask, you probably don't know shit about who you're dealing
True
with, huh?
facts. With whom
Listen
you're
up.
dealing.
Watch out for Caccino.
See, there it is.
That's all I'm saying.
What did you say about working at Gomorrah?
It was heaven, until you...
Yeah. Caccino needs Jesus, and I don't mean the cute stripper dancing on the table. Jesus. Yeah, I'm not sure about people needing Jesus. I think they find him if they want him. You can end a sentence in a preposition. It is a grammar pseudo rules like that. Up with which I shall not put. Okay. Wasn't that Winston Churchill? I frequently will end a sentence in a preposition. It is a grammar rule from the grammar Nazis.
Till next round.
And everyone does it frequently. It is just one of those things that says you should not.
Come on, time to get lucky.
Hello.
Wasn't it Churchill who did that? Yes. Okay. We'll go back to Joanna. Hey, can I hack this? Oh, it's a guest terminal. Anything else in here for me? Ooh. Alright. I'll leave it. Oh my goodness. Vault 21. This is like reading the stuff in Hitman. Okay, so you said Michelangelo's. I just had to go all the way down to the end. Oh, save the game. Vault 21 Hotel. Does freaking autocorrect. Ah, ha, ha. That's all right. I translate stuff like that all the time. And you know, again, we go back to, oh, there's the door. To what I was saying to people about, was there a reason? This is not a consistently ruled language. Verb tenses. I seek. I sought. I think. I thought. I peek. I peeked. I drink. I drink. Yeah.
Who would have thought of?
Well, and because, as many people will say, English grammar is pretty much English accosting other languages in a dark alley and stealing their words like change. I will never not use the Oxford comma. Well, and I get really frustrated with people who get into the whole your, there, and call it grammar, and I just don't consider homophonic spellings. If your brain interpreted the intent of the message correctly by translating your to your and to to, then you're just being a dick by pointing it out. There's no functional reason. If you understood the intent of the message, there is no functional reason for you to point out that the spelling was wrong. Because when they're homophones, your brain translates instantaneously. Wait, bye-bye love, right here. Talk to Joanna at Gomorrah. Okay. I have to do this 100% manually, right? Okay. Okay, we'll run. So I didn't actually need to go into Michelangelo's yet. He was near Michelangelo's. There's probably cool stuff in there. I just want to set this up for the next stream, and then I'm going to go. I'm going to check out, because I need... Didn't I tell you guys that I rewrote paparazzi as grandma Nazi? I swear I've already performed that on stream. Every time I type a there instead of there, you stop me. You're a grandma Nazi. Every time I type a two instead of two, you stop me. You're a grandma Nazi.
Hey, no one but emeritus are allowed.
Yeah, whatever.
You'll get these back on your way out.
I'm not stupid. I'm just typing fast. You knew what I meant. You're such an ass.
I hope my dad doesn't find out how much money those hookers cost me.
I hope so too. Oh, the screen tearing is real. I'm definitely going to have to stop soon. Actually, I don't know the song very well. I only ever heard it on the overhead. Where is she? Is she upstairs in her room? Or is she over here?
Hey there, gorgeous.
Sorry, caught you mid-swivel.
I knew you'd be back soon enough.
I've got a message for you from Carlitos.
What? Have you seen him?
We can do
Have you
happy
talked to him?
things. Not just the happy ending all those guys are looking for. We can have an actual happy ending. Carlitos wants to get you out of here.
Look, we can't talk here. If you think you can help me, follow me to my room, please.
Sure. All right, lead the way. I know where it is. I have been there before. Oh, sorry about all that. Mouse problems. Just mouse problems. Thank you, everyone who's still out there. I appreciate you. Excuse me. Yeah. But, I mean, when I was in 6th grade and I was learning... I mean, I learned sentence diagramming in 4th grade. So that was a big deal for all of us. And once you learn diagramming, sentence structure and grammar becomes a mathematical equation, right? So when I got to 6th grade, I think I might have corrected my teacher on something at some point. I was that little asshole. And she said, well, if you're so smart, why don't you teach the class tomorrow? And she told me what she was teaching. And I did, and apparently I did okay for the time that she gave me. Like, I'm the one who will tell you that you need to use a possessive before a gerund. You know, I don't appreciate you coming over. I appreciate your coming over. It's those things are actual grammar. But do I think actual adults who are communicating a message need to be held to stupid little grammar rules? Nope.
Hey, what's up?
I mean, I am the pedant of pedants. I want to talk about Carlitos.
Yes?
Carlitos wants to get you out of here.
He does? Wait, this changes everything. I can't leave my girls here. And where would we go even if we escape? No, it's too risky. We'll all end up dead.
Oh, we have to rescue everybody? Okay. This feels like the episode of Firefly. Speech 40 says, trust me, I'll keep you safe, but I have no idea how I'm going to do that.
You sound so sure.
Oh, man.
Damn it all. You better not make me regret this later.
I will try.
But the Emeritus will want us dead. What are we going to do about that?
Ice cream, french fries, and a blanket. I've been craving gravy fries ever since I made my gravy last week. You'll never see them again, you have my word.
To be free, and with Carlitos again.
We're doing this.
Tell him that
English does evolve, though. I prefer to hear people speak correctly according to the correct grammar.
Let Carlitos know that we'll be ready when you are.
But the reality is the language is changing. It should. Things that don't evolve go away. Let's all speak Latin with the proper accent, shall we? Right? I can't do the poutine because, well, I don't know. My gut is not struggling as much with cheese and bread as it used to. So I think, as all things, they evolve and change over time. Don't worry, I'll tell him that you are happy to hear from him.
Thank you so much for your help.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay. See you.
Yeah, don't do that no, don't do that. Here we go. Oh, hey!
Did you know the strip's all stirred up lately?
Alright, here we go. I think I'm supposed to go back to Carlitos, right? Probably. I think this is one of those stupid fetch quests. That's alright. We can do this at the end of this stream, and that way, by the time we get to tomorrow... Alright, give me back my guns.
Find yourself a girl or a guy.
Now, does it have to be? What if I just find myself someone who is really good at sexing things? Okay. Are we going this way? This way. Some people are just really naturally very good. The same way you find someone who is a good chef, a good cook. Some people are just naturally very good at understanding what causes sexual pleasure. Alright, here we go. I have upset the dog. What did you do? Sushi Cannon, what did you do? I would so love to have another pet. I can't have an indoor cat in an RV and keep my conscience. And I can go in here.
Hey.
Oh, no, I can't. That's not the diner. Is it? Maybe it's all together. There he is. This guy gonna keep changing places. No, you're not. Premeditated bad grammar. I asked him to stop loving his partner, the pillow he sleeps on. Aw. See, we allow animals to do things. Just be like, hey, you need to get that to happen.
Hey, it's you. What's the news?
I want to talk about Joana.
Hey, that's great.
I feel like I should say that as Jonah, right? Joan with an A on the end. She's happy to hear from you and wants to escape Gomorrah.
She is? Listen, no time to waste. Help her get to Freeside. That's our ticket out of this fucking city.
Well,
I'll meet
here's
you
the
there
thing.
between midnight and dawn. We could use some backup. We only got one chance to get this right, you hear?
One chance
These
to get
guys
this
in
right?
Freeside, good shots, right? They owe me big time. Tell them that Carlitos is back to collect his chips. They'll know what to do.
Hang on, I gotta read this message. I had people over for Thanksgiving. I don't have people over that. I never have people over. But ever since then, my dog whines at me anxiously, waiting for people to show up again. Oh. Oh no. Your dog wants to be a social butterfly and you don't. How do I get her out of Gomorrah? Wow. Silent A. Joan. I don't know, I guess it's just me. Again, I'm so used to seeing Joanna with two N's. You poor puppies. I would love to have a dog, but I will not have a dog until I have an actual piece of property. Because dogs need a lot of movement. And I would love to have a shepherd. And that means property, because I'm not a walker. So I will not be the walking sort. How do I get her out
She'll
of
have to
Gomorrah?
go disguised. Gomorrah's packed around midnight, and the bouncers won't notice just another patron leaving the joint.
Where in Freeside will you meet us?
I'll be near the entrance, but I need to keep out of sight. The Emeritus have contacts, and they're still looking for me.
Okay. My help has a price. I have plenty of bottle caps. Okay, I'm on it.
All right, see you soon.
In Bethesda universe, we only have one chance means we can try 20 times, and this is urgent. We must get this done now means go to about 40 other side quests. It's all
Who would have thought
good.
a place like this would exist?
Hello.
Nope. It's all red. Okay, so now go back to Joanna and getting back up before attempting the escape. Find the two guns for hire that owe him a favor. Wants to meet Joanna in Freeside between midnight and dawn. Explain the plan to Joanna. Alright. So I think I will escape this place. So we need to go to Freeside and find him some guns for hire who owe him. Ah, sorry. Sorry.
Hello.
And how do I get to Freeside from here? Okay. Priorities? No. Not really is Fallout. Yeah, this is a feel-good quest. It is. Plus, I really did not expect I did not recall the whole thing with Joanna about, I mean, I knew there was a hooker in Gomorrah that I could have an interaction with, but I did not remember, and that really feels like that tracked very nicely into the conversation we were having and trying to get this a feel-good ending, not a happy ending. I don't know. I think Pilgrimage is right. We just need to reclaim our language for the use we have for it. There was a fascinating, it was the Tumblr post I saw earlier today. I love this kind of interaction. It's not that one. Is it this one? No, it's not that one. Let me find this thing because it was hilarious. And I love, this is exactly right. So somebody typed, first person says, any noun can become a verb if you don't care enough. This point is invalid unless you use an example in your sentence. I can sentence how I want to thank. Beautiful. You see, that's why I love English. I like to velociraptor around my house at 2 in the morning. Good. My headache makes me want to clothesline into a wall. Why do some of these make a semblance of sense? Because brains don't brain logically. And then somebody comes back and says, brains do brain logically, but when English doesn't logic Englishly, brain brains by itself to logic that English. And the final one says, I hate that this makes sense. There are 2 secretaries in Gomorrah? Ooh, yeah, there's somebody in a tent, isn't there? There's somebody in a tent that I can talk to. Okay, we're going to go to Freeside. I don't have Veronica with me. I'm well regarded here. Okay, and now how do I find the peeps? Oh, here comes my gift giver. Hi, Santa.
Hey, you're the one who's been going around helping people around here, right?
Yep, that's me.
The king says to keep up the good work. And said to give you this.
Pinion nuts. Who's got 2 thumbs and new loot? Okay, so do I have... Hang on. The arrow's not going to show me, is it? Oh, yeah? Because that says optional. I wish I could click that. Okay. So off to my right. And can I see it on the local map? So go through the bus. Go through the bus.
We've got stuff we're not even allowed
Pinion
to sell.
nuts. Do I eat them right away or do I save them for later? Okay. God, I can't... Okay. Atomic Wrangler. Alright, let's go to the Atomic Wrangler. What's up, everybody?
Make a brief stop at the Atomic Wrangler, where the booze is cheaper, the table's more friendly, and the women...
Okay. Anybody here?
Howdy.
Oh, you got a
Stuck the
name.
big beard next to me, pal. Whoever's got the biggest whiskers does the talking.
Oh, gosh. No.
Let me guess. You want to know my secret. How I got my beard to grow in so thick.
What's your trick?
Sorry, but I can't tell you that. Trade secret.
Why did you offer to tell me? Does the name Carlitos ring a bell?
Depends on why you're asking.
Because he needs your help.
I see. Well, he can count on Little Beard and me for an assist. Tell us where and when, and we'll be there.
Outstanding. What sort of debt do you owe Carlitos?
Let's just say it had something to do with the beards, and leave it at that.
Okay. The where is Freeside, and now would be a
The
good
beards
time.
will be there.
Aw. Getting back up. I did that. Okay. So is that all I have to do here? Next step is... Carlitos wants... Explain the plan to Joana. Okay, so back to the strip. Yes, I'm just going to fast travel. Don't even. That was a joke, actually, the nuts thing. That was a joke a coworker of mine and I had for the longest time because I would bring, you know, little pistachios or some shit like that with me. Or he'd have one of those cocktail mixes and he'd be like, would you like some of my salty nuts? Like, yes. I would like to suck
Hey,
the salt
no
off
one
your
but
nuts.
emeritus are allowed to carry... You'll get these back on your way out.
All right, so we're going to go explain the plan to
Gomorrah is
Joana.
always open for
And
business.
she's going to say, meet me in my room. Oh, come on, jump, Grandma, jump. No, I don't want the elevator. I went to the wrong place. I've already lost my bearings. Beeline. And then we'll save the game. And then I have to go eat food. Because I haven't eaten anything yet. Like I say, wait till I'm hungry. Is she still in her room? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did she get beat up because they knew she was planning something? Okay, she's still just right here. All right, so this is where we're going to save the game. Save the game. Boop. Okay. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to do that. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to come back up here. And I've set up the camera differently, so that's why we're doing the 3/4 views today. Thank you, everybody who has stuck with us. I honestly did not intend to carry on over 2 hours today, but look at us, brawlers. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you for being part of the conversation. Oh, Pilgrimage, if you didn't get it, here you can have this. Oops, wrong one. Nope, that wasn't it. Dang it. Oh, shoot. Where did I put it? There it is. Boppity. There. I was giving this out earlier, and I make no promises because I'm never on Discord. Ever. I mean, I check maybe like once a week, or yeah, I had to turn off all notifications and everything. I don't really understand how to use it, so that's my thing. But anyway, thank you everybody who has come by today. I know we had some detours, but I feel like that's why I'm here, because there is a community of people who have chosen to spend their time with me and help me on this journey, which is really just helping me to realize some dreams I never thought I would get a chance to meet. So, of course. So thank you to everybody who has followed in the last week. I do drop everything down to YouTube, and we will be leaving our conversation in today because I suspect there are people who don't know that they need to just spend a little time in the pillow and blanket fort at Grandma's and bring themselves as they are with what they have to this space, and just let us decide how we're going to approach that. And most of the time we're going to give you cookies and a glass of milk and wrap a nice blanket around you and give you a big old hug and let you be who you are in our space as you come. So thank you everybody for making this community what it is, because it wouldn't be with just me. You make this happen. So, more than games here. I will probably still try to pop up tomorrow. That will be my plan. And until then, please be your best lover. Take good care of yourself. Be nurturing. Brawler, I mean you. Do something kind for yourself today that a lover would do. And remind yourself that you do get to be your best lover. If you deserve anything in this world, you deserve that. Oh, is Gaming Grammy on? I would love to raid. Pilgrimage, do me a favor. Can you pop her link in the chat for me? Playing Elder Scrolls. I don't have the energy. I've been on for almost 4 hours. And when I raid somebody, I 100% would love to take myself and engage with them, and I just don't have it right now. Thank you everybody who's in chat. There's the link for you. Head over to Gaming Granny and Gaming Grammy. She is a friend of the stream. We love her, and she's playing some Elder Scrolls. So pop in, use your milk and emotes, milk and cookies emotes, and please give her my love. and I will try to work out rating people for real at the end of the stream. I just don't want to go in there and show up and say one thing and then disappear, because I think that's just not nice. But you guys take your energy over there and show her some love. Okay, I love you very much. There's your link, and I will see you possibly tomorrow morning again. We'll see what we can do. I may not be playing Fallout New Vegas tomorrow. I'm just going to go with what I feel. So I love you. If you have not heard that today, I want you to hear it from me. I love you. And there's no good reason for it, so you can't ever lose it. All right. See you later. Bye.